Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Gabe Dowd, and joining me are my two lovely co-hosts. The man to my right, I never thought we'd see him again. I never thought he'd be in this room again. But here he is, the man himself, Big Wop,
Yes,
Crockpot, a.k.a. Nick Walters. Back in the flesh, how we feeling?
I'm fantastic. I'm ready to go.
I was gonna say, you better be amped
I have a lot of built up arguing that I haven't done in the last 2 weeks.
He's
So
got a lot of built up.
I'm bringing it today.
That's all I want. And to my left, the man himself, even after taking a loss, the energy is here. We are ready to talk ball. He's ready to give you all of his takes, all of his ball knowledge. Dami Salami, a.k.a. Dom Capuano.
Notice how he's wearing JSN and not Sam Darnold this week.
I left Sam Darnold's jersey at home. That's
That's
why.
a key component. Okay.
Listen. As Ernest Jones said, he's my quarterback. We got his back. And if you think anything else, fuck you.
What did Adam Troutman say?
That's a quote. That's a true quote.
Adam Troutman said something similar
Adam
about
Troutman
Bo.
said if you're talking about Bo Nix online, you're a coward. He was more classy about it.
Dragon
I don't
Slayer
care.
69 was the specific username he used.
Yeah, he was a
Dragon
direct call-out.
Slayer.
Boys, we get to do this with Nick again. Before we talk ball, we are human beings. We have lives out of here.
That
Nick,
we do.
you are the one I really want to get to because you've been gone for 2 weeks.
I have been gone.
How are we
I'll go
feeling?
screw myself.
What has life consisted of? What are we up to?
Well, I missed the last 2 weeks, as you may or may not know. I was at a tournament in Norway, competing with Team USA at the World Martial Arts Games. Gonna brag a little bit here. I came in 4th in the world in 2 of my events.
Stop. Don't do that to my boy.
4th in the world.
In the world.
You want a medal?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
did
do want a
actually.
medal.
He wanted a medal. Yeah, hold on. Here's one part of life Nick's leaving out. He made me go run with him in the whipping cold, 30-degree weather with whipping winds.
Feels like of 24 degrees.
It was miserable in the beginning.
It was fantastic.
It was
what it was.
Before we started running, he goes, "So, what do you think about going to get 5 guys instead?" Like, it went from quick motivation. I mean, you got there. I was there warming up before you even got there.
Yeah.
I had my Sabrina Carpenter on repeat. I was warming up. You're making fun of me saying I was stimming, but I was really just doing pogos to get my Achilles warmed up. But we prevailed. We ran 3 miles in 30 minutes.
Damn.
I haven't ran in 2 weeks, and I had a 10-minute pace.
Wow.
So I was proud of myself. Nick, how did you feel? You haven't ran in, you said, what, 2-3 weeks yourself, too?
I didn't feel great, but
You did it.
I powered through.
You did.
That was my 3rd fastest time since we started running.
Wait, Dom, you're going to be happy about this. So I see that he just finished, how many did you do, a mile, 2 miles?
2 miles.
2 miles. He just finished his 2 miles. I was just getting ready to finish home stretch of my 3rd mile. I see him crossing the football field. And he told me, he goes, because I didn't want to run this week. He's like, Gabe, world champions run and you run when other people aren't. So I'm finishing my home stretch of my 3rd mile. Nick just finished his 2nd. And I'm like, whoa. Why is he crossing the football field? Walk the damn track to get to the finish line.
I had already finished.
I don't care. World champions don't cut corners.
Damn,
World champions don't stop even when the game's finished. You keep on going. You prepare for the next world championship.
Damn.
What do you think I was doing?
That's not preparation. That's cutting corners. That's taking the easy way out.
I had finished. There's no cutting corners.
No. Because what are you going to do for the following championship? You want to go back to back? You don't want another one? You only want 1 medal, 1 and done?
That's 4 years from now.
That's complacency. I don't care. We're preparing for those 4 years down the line.
That's why I was on the track.
Those who want to be there in 4 years probably aren't preparing right this second. But guess what?
They're not preparing right this second.
Exactly.
That's why
So you not cutting that football
to the
field will
track.
set you apart from the others.
So,
I had to call him out. I screamed from behind him. I said, whoa, walk the track.
so with
And then you
Nick,
did your little turnaround, and you're like, okay.
in the light of Nick cheating and Gabe being the anti-complacent man he is.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of lights, as you can see, our lighting may be looking a little different.
It's
Let me
messing with
explain
me.
myself.
Please do.
Trying something new. I thought it looked pretty good on
take
camera.
risks.
I think it allowed the saturation to really build up on our faces, and we look real pretty now.
We don't look white as much, as pale, maybe. I don't know. Hoping. That could be misconstrued.
Less like ghosts,
I'm
more
trying to
like
be
human
professional.
beings.
Well, okay, but what I mean is, like, I'm losing my summer tan. I think we all are.
When I was
Yeah.
in Norway, I didn't see the sun for a week. So
there you go.
all the pigment in my skin is gone.
I will say, until we got in the heat of the moment, my face was rather yellow instead of red
Yeah.
for the last couple months.
So, in preparation for, the joyous time that is Christmas that is coming up next month, I
warming
want
it
to
up.
warm the atmosphere up. Soon enough in 2 weeks after
Wait,
Thanksgiving.
hold on. But my question is, this warming become a permanent if it's good?
If it stays good. But I kind of like changing it with the season, warmer in the
So
winter.
this isn't forever.
No, just for the winter months. Maybe just for December to get us in the holly jolly mood for Christmas. There will
ready
be
to
a
eat.
Christmas tree going up, just so you guys know.
I'm ready to eat. I don't want gifts
Hey,
yet.
I'm down.
Actually, these two fellas, along with everyone on the crew and my mom, actually already gave their gift to me for Christmas.
No, I have another one for you.
Well, yeah, he does have another one. I can't can't keep up with y'all. But yeah. So they come in the studio. They're like, Gabe, you got to open a car. They all come in here, and I'm like, you guys are ready to tell me someone died?
It looks like
What's
an
going on?
intervention.
Dude, it looked like you guys were going to tell me someone died, or like, Gabe, like we got to really talk. Like this is bad. And then you guys gave me this card, so I know there's a gift or some sort. Something's up, because Dom mentioned Christmas. I did not think, especially because you were in Norway, and me and him are WWE nerds. You know, that is John Cena.
We grew up watching it.
John Cena, just like every other kid, has been my guy. I cried when I went to Extreme Rules in 2011 in Tampa, Florida, when he won the world title and announced Osama bin Laden had been captured and killed. I cried at that event. At the time, I didn't understand that portion, but it was just a big monumental moment as a whole for America and wrestling.
I saw him at a house show at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. He fought against Bray Wyatt.
That's a damn
he
good
won.
match to see. Yeah,
it was a good match.
So me and Nick were like, we were hell-bound to going to TD Garden in Boston this year to witness his last home Raw. And that didn't end up happening for, Nick going on to go across country, which completely understandable. I want my boy to go compete, and I'm not going to go alone. Plus, it was mad expensive.
Yeah.
For my Christmas gift from everyone, we are going to John Cena's last match on Saturday night main event in Washington D.C., the nation's capital.
Yes, sir.
I could not be more grateful. I can't even speak. That's how I literally, my hands were shaking. Like I told you, you might see me cry for the first time when we're at the event.
Oh, I'm going to.
Wrestling is a very sensitive subject.
I almost did watching Raw last night.
I didn't watch it live. I watched it right after the Monday Night Football game got done, and I got done watching America's team. And then I put on some of the highlights from Raw, and watching John Cena point to his shirt for his last ever Raw entrance really got me choked up. I ain't gonna lie. But
watching him, Rey Mysterio, and Sheamus at the end when all three of them were standing facing like behind the stage.
And it was in Madison Square Garden, beautiful, the most historic venue. But long story short, I am grateful for every single one of you. Tally is the only one in-house tonight with us, but Jordan, Maddie, Mom, Nick, Dom, grateful for all of you. I could not be more grateful. I don't know that my gifts are going to be as exciting as this is, but I do hope that you guys can see how much I care come December when we do that, when we do the exchange gifts. I am getting ready to drop a bag.
They better be under the Christmas tree.
They will be under the Christmas tree because I am getting ready to drop a bag.
Good, because I want to shake them up, and be like that kid trying to get.
And even if
inside.
the gifts are not here for the looks' sake worth of going under the tree leading up to
They
Christmas,
better be.
I'll give you boxes to hold in place because I don't know how to rap. I'm gonna have to pay someone. To
I
rap
can't rap either.
Actually,
Everything for me is going in
I was
the
gonna
bag.
say I already have 2 people I'm going to rap. You and Maddie are gonna be rapping my gift because I don't know how to. Like,
Listen,
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I can rap pretty dang good. Both, talking rap and
you can.
Appreciate
No,
you.
whoa! You just said
What?
you can rap. I want to
rap.
hear it. Rap.
Not
He
rapping
can't
on
rap
show.
his own gift from me.
No, right? No, he said he can both rap gifts and talk rap. So I want to hear you rap.
Talk rap.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Go
Not
ahead.
on show.
No, do it.
I'm camera shy.
Do it. No, you're not.
You better not be.
We've been doing
This
this
is
for
episode
55
I'm not rapping.
episodes. Rap.
I'm not rapping.
Rap.
Seattle Seahawks are the best team in the league. Denver sucks. Bo Nix is trash. Sam Darnold is the MVP. Jackson Smith Najigba is Offensive Player of the Year, leading NFL. Yeah, you guys get it.
This is terrible.
That was Dami Salami, track 1. The mixtape's coming soon.
Well, he said album getting released in a week.
Mixtape.
Ooh.
In a week.
In a week.
Okay.
I'm going on tour.
You've been working
guys.
on it? Oh.
Next week's going to be Stop 1, episode
The world
56.
tour where you go to like one other country and then 25 cities
Instead
in
of
the
12
US.
days of Christmas,
Yeah.
we're going to do 12 days of Dom's raps. All the way leading up.
Oh.
You're prepared. We're putting you on the spot for that. Should we do that?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing that. You better be prepared.
It'll replace the 2-minute drill.
You just did it. We got rid of it.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
already
know.
scratched it.
Yeah.
That's why I said it'll replace it.
Well, we've already replaced it.
It's you already found
Gone.
your.
We took a risk and it stuck to the wall perfectly. You know what? Just like everyone else, sit tight, get relaxed, and we're going to get to it.
I got you.
Without further ado, for episode 55, we've got week 11 reactions, week 12 pick'ems. We've got NFL chain link, and we got Nick to bring us a debate and argument while he's been gone. It's time to bring it back. I think me and Dom did a pretty good, damn good job of holding it down. But without further ado, Dom, kick us off episode 55.
So, every Broncos fan's favorite thing to hear, though it doesn't seem like it made a big impact on the team.
Stop.
The Broncos running back J.K. Dobbins will miss the remainder of the year with a season-ending surgery from a hip drop tackle.
Don't put up the quotes. It was.
It was most definitely a hip drop
Do you
tackle.
think he gets re-signed in the offseason?
I hope so.
I pray to God.
You guys
but
better hope
I don't
gets
think he
re-signed.
does.
I was going to say, you want my canon answer? No. You want my fanatic answer? I pray he gets re-signed. I think we need him. He's the most athletic and impactful player offensively.
I don't think R.J. Harvey has what it takes.
No, we saw
to
in this
over.
game. Granted, we still got the dub. So Dom, I think it was more of like a joke and a tad at the Broncos country saying that it didn't change anything. No, it did. Our run game was non-existent.
Oh,
it was
we had
non-existent.
59 rushing yards as a team.
I can't wait to get to the game to see how many carries total we even had. I think it was under 18.
Yeah, I
It
guarantee.
was under 15.
Bo probably led the team again.
Jaleel had, 4 or 5 carries. RJ had, 6.
He
So,
looks
there you go.
decent, actually.
Jaleel did, but not enough. Not enough to
No,
keep,
not like
this
JK
isn't
did.
playoff ready, but,
No.
We're going to take what we can get while we're there.
Yep.
Definitely a terrible piece of news, but any good NFL team, you'll prevail. You'll keep going. Next guy up mentality.
And speaking of injuries, another key player, this time for the Detroit Lions, Sam Laporta will be
Massive.
placed on IR with a back injury.
That one will hurt the
Came
offense.
out of the blue.
We saw it this week, actually, this past week.
Yeah.
Scored, 9 points?
Yep.
16 to
Jared
9.
Goff, completed one pass out of the 50 he threw?
Are you serious? He
It
threw
was
50
some-
attempts or something like that?
Well, it's some.
I mean,
hold on.
actually, this is not the first time if this is the case. We have watched Dan Campbell just absolutely let the offense just keep throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing until the game hits 0.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Let me find this. Hold on. He
That's my bad.
completed 14
Those are
of
good.
37 passes.
Wow.
So under 50%.
Mhm.
Well under 50%. That's like a 35% completion percentage.
It's not winning football is what that is.
Yeah. Next up, continuing the injury bug. Patriots defensive tackle Milton Williams has been placed on IR with an ankle injury.
I'm going to ask you a question. This isn't, to knock off the injury or anything, but do we think he's been nearly as impactful as we thought he was going to be this season?
Absolutely. I think he's been a good key piece of the Patriots defense, if anything.
I don't think he's been what I thought he was going to be. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think he was
I think I'm
more
going to
than
be the
what.
Debbie Downer out of the group unless Nick agrees.
He's been good, but not
He's been above
what he
average.
was in Philly.
But I don't think he's providing the necessary run defense that I thought he was
He
going to
hasn't
provide.
taken that big step.
He's not the name that I thought I was going to see every down.
Yes.
You're just now seeing the mistake I made.
Yeah. It took me a minute to realize why that was highlighted.
Guys, once again, Gabe made a typo. I do a lot of... Look, I'm busy. I'm a busy guy. I do all the...
We'll read it off to the people.
No, we won't. No, we won't. You're going to read it how
That'll
it's
be our
supposed to
little
be read.
secret.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't
okay,
read-
sure.
They get the full final product. Would you want a flawed product?
Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley will miss the remainder of the season with a broken fibula.
Let's keep stacking them injuries because
The
it looks like every
Titans
team.
could not... This is what
This
worse.
is not good
This
for them
terrible.
at all.
No coach now, no wide receiver.
And they already got rid of Tyler Lockett.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad. This
DK's
is really
hurt
bad.
too, I think.
This is really bad. Cam Ward, you. I'm sorry, bro.
Cam Ward's thrown to a bunch of just
The Titans are about to have
Yeah.
back-to-back number 1 overall picks.
literally.
Well, I mean, we saw it with the Browns. Sometimes
that
it pays
turned
off.
out really
and
well.
Other times it
That
doesn't.
turned out really well.
No, because you know what? This means Cam Ward's going to end up in the NFC South in 5 to 6 years, leading them to potentially a playoff appearance. If it turns out like the Browns did with their first 2. Hey, maybe you'll get a legendary Hall of Fame potential pass rusher. You never
True.
know. You never know.
True. Moving on. Browns rookie quarterback Shador Sanders' house was reportedly broken into during the game against the Ravens. They
Of
stole
course.
$200,000 worth of stuff, I think I read.
Well, he was having possibly the worst NFL debut that any quarterback
Ever.
has ever had.
Let's not even mention that. Of course, when the kid finally gets an opportunity to go on the field and play,
yeah,
this
he
happens
gets
behind the
a
scenes.
personal setback.
I mean, it's just one
That's
thing
no
after
fault of
another.
his own.
No, it's one thing after another with this guy.
This-
I feel so bad for the Shador.
For
sure.
real. Like, at a certain point, you don't feel bad for him because of all the shit he says off the field and whatever. But then,
he has really
then
been
this
silent.
stuff starts happening to him, and you're like,
Well, this
what
seems
are
to
we
be
doing?
so common now. I mean, Joe Burrow wasn't
Yeah,
It was
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman,
Yeah.
Gronk.
Dude. It's one after another. Joe Burrow's the last big one I think
Yeah.
we've talked about.
Yeah.
On the show. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even want to talk about the start because technically his debut was undermined by the fact that Dylan Gabriel went out. That's really
Yes.
what got this going. This wasn't Shador went in practice. The coaches were like, well, one, either it's our last resort, or two, the kid looked good. Let's give him an opportunity. This was, we have nothing left.
Now,
Throw him out there.
Kevin Stefanski after the game said these were the first reps Shador Sanders has had with the ones.
with the first offense. Yeah.
He had never
Which is
played with them
absolutely
before.
insane.
It's
If you're going to
crazy.
have a
It's
second string
crazy.
quarterback, why aren't you giving him starting reps?
At least
You're setting him up for failure.
At least for a chunk of practice a day.
Right. You don't have to keep him there for a long time.
But I think my big question is when does Shador actually get some support cast from his team? Like I feel like this coaching staff does not actually want
They
him
don't
to
believe in
succeed.
him.
No, they don't. And that's what leads me to this next point. When is Kevin Stefanski put in question? When do we finally, as a fan base, as a collective, consumer of NFL and sports, say that Kevin Stefanski is as much of the issue as is the talent pool in Cleveland? I'm so tired of year in and year out, we maintain him, just like the Bengals do with Zach Taylor, purely because they stay right above the radar.
In my mind.
Right above the radar. And Dom does this every week with Mike Tomlin. There is a certain point where accountability has to be thrown to your head coach. I don't care what Flacco did 2 years ago. I don't care what Baker did 4 years ago. It's the now and it's the present. And what Kevin Stefanski's done these last 2 seasons have been pitiful. You've kept Deshaun Watson on your roster. You've made questionable move after questionable move. You've not done anything that if I was a Browns fan, I see here today comfortably and say that I trust the future in the Browns organization.
Yeah.
At what point are you the next guy out, and when do we finally say you're on the hot seat? Because I'm tired of watching it.
Good question.
He won Coach of the Year, and now I'm sitting here and I'm just like
Twice,
yes. And I sit here and I'm now with Dom. He is with the Mike Tomlin situation. He's got to go. Kevin
make a
Stefanski
switch.
has got to go. Do you not agree now that this is now not the time to let him go?
I disagree.
When do you think it is? Because you're wasting more time and money.
I don't think you're gonna find somebody better right now.
That may be the case, but at the same time, you're just setting this organization up for future failure.
Like I would
keeping
argue
him.
one of the better head coaching candidates in this cycle, unfortunately, is Vance
Probably
Joseph.
Yeah.
And
One more, but probably won't get hired.
I'm sorry. I'm not confident in him as a head coach. And that's not just because I saw what it looks like. I think he's one of those guys like Josh McDaniels,
Great play caller.
Vic Fangio,
Yeah.
great coordinators, can't hack it as a head coach.
You know, and the thing with Vance Joseph, they say, well, he didn't have a quarterback. Well, you could argue right now that maybe there's no quarterback in place there either. That's enough to go get a DC guy to be your head coach.
Right.
But I also, with Dom, sometimes change is just enough to spark a fire under the player's ass.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes that's all they need.
I mean, we see that a lot. Like after a head coach gets fired in season, that team a lot of times goes on to win their next game.
Jerry Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. That guy.
We wanted to keep him.
Yeah, we considered
That would've
keeping him
been
as
a
a coach
terrible
because of it. I don't know. I'm kind of with Dom now. You got to get to a certain point where you question head coach. Maybe regardless, there's good options or not. Change is change. And you also can't limit guys because they were a defensive coordinator at some point in time or because of what a previous stint looked like. Because if that's the case, Darnold, Baker, Daniel Jones, none of them are in the spot.
I mean,
now.
Robert Kraft did it best. He made the mistake picking the wrong head coach for the Patriots.
Fixed it right away.
Came out a
Immediately,
year after, hired Mike Vrabel, and look at where the Patriots are.
Yeah.
The second best team in the league
Arguably
currently.
coach of the year candidate in Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
So
very, very well. I agree
We'll
with
get
that.
onto that later.
Yeah.
we'll get onto it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that whole situation as a whole.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next best team in the league.
So, Gabe, so thoughtfully gave me this piece of news. The Jets are pulling the plug on the Justin Fields experiment.
Yep.
They will
About
start
Time.
Tyrod Taylor this Sunday.
I've said from the very beginning, since Justin Fields was on the Steelers, Justin Fields is fucking terrible.
Wow.
Excuse my profanity. He is not.
I
a good
don't
quarterback.
disagree.
He is
with
not
you.
a good quarterback.
I don't disagree.
He's
with you,
indecisive,
and I
can't
never
throw the
have.
ball, and he's more of a running back, if anything.
He is a fantasy football fantastic player.
Is
he
he?
is a real life not great player.
Yeah. And it was a bad signing from the Jets from the start.
And you know
He
what?
didn't have the right supporting cast to
I still got
succeed.
Daniel Jones.
I think when they first signed him,
My team is 3-8.
we all
by the way.
sat here. I don't know if you did, but I know me and Dom did, and said, "What the hell is 2 years and $40 million to Justin Fields going to do?"
Yeah. What is that? How is that going to fix your franchise? Who's he
defensive
going to
head
throw
coach.
to?
And I don't want that to be the narrative, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who your head coach is. I don't care if it's Andy Reid. Justin Fields, 2 years, $40 million. What?
It's just too much money.
I would have rather gone out there and got another bridge quarterback like Jameis Winston.
The
Cheap rate.
league is throwing money away.
I mean, with the
like,
money these league
over
owners
and
have,
over
I
and
mean, I guess
over.
you have the money to throw away.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. You wanted to keep going.
I'm gonna love when you guys watch the video.
All right.
What video?
This video.
Oh, God.
This exact podcast. This kid leaves Easter eggs in every video. Have you ever gone back and rewatched the
Yeah,
full videos?
yeah. I've seen the facial expressions.
This
and
kid
the
always
hand
leaves something for the
gestures
video viewers.
and-
For the viewers that watch us, you get the full experience, quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I like to differentiate Spotify, Apple, whatever from YouTube.
and quite literally, I don't even.
You heard it
see
here
what you
first,
provide
folks.
to
We're
the
releasing
viewers.
VR episodes.
I like leaving different stuff for people who listen and watch different stuff.
Oh
I'm
god.
not even gonna entertain what you just said.
I'm not gonna entertain where my mind wanted to go with what Dom said because
I don't know why you guys are thinking dirty.
I wasn't dirty.
I didn't say I was.
No, I
Okay.
wasn't dirty at all.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna bring it up anyways. You ever wonder at what point will cameras get to a technology where you can smell the video you're watching?
I sure hope not, because that sounds like a terrible experience. I could feel it.
I
in,
don't see
like,
how that's even possible.
Don't worry, guys. They're gonna start putting chips in our brains, and we're just gonna like be
Hey,
able to watch.
I didn't say it was
videos.
possible. I'm
This
just I'm
podcast took
purely-
a turn.
I'm purely brainstorming.
What
here.
will the future behold? Anyways, this
Put
is
your
what the
comment.
future does hold.
Is it your brain that's storming or the chip?
Shut up, Nick. You just
Eagles-
killed my transition.
Yeah, that was a good try. I actually appreciate it. That was
Yeah.
great. You set me up for success there. Eagles star offensive tackle Lane Johnson will miss 4 to 6 weeks with a Liz Frank injury. This is massive and
sucks.
killer to the Eagles team that is already struggling offensively. I mean,
Still the number 1 seed somehow.
well, good football teams find ways to win.
Our offense sucks, and we're still the 1 seed. So
Good football teams find ways to win, and that's the story, and that's the narrative, and that is the truth in the National Football League.
yeah,
So, I mean, take it with what you want. You may not like it. You may
I like
disagree with how they're winning, but winning football is winning football at the end of the day.
Yep.
Falcons rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. has sustained a knee injury placed on IR and will likely miss the rest of the year with ACL reconstruction.
That's his
and it
fifth.
is the same exact knee that he sustained twice in college.
5th season ender.
No, this is his 5th career.
Yeah.
If you want to count college too, yeah, you can call it that. Yeah. And it's sad, it is, because a lot of people don't like Michael Penix for the prospect that he is. I do. I like there's a certain skill level that he does
You
present.
like the ceiling.
Yes, exactly. You worded that perfectly. I do like the ceiling which he presents that he just hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
He came in with a high floor, unfortunately, which
Kirk Cousins.
you can take that how you will, but yeah, a lot of people
Legacy
had low
game.
grades on him, and it went terrible.
Yeah.
They put him in and it got worse.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You might as well put Penix in with one leg.
I start Drake London and Kyle Pitts
Drake
every
London's
single
hurt now
week.
too, isn't he?
Yep. I have nothing. I have no players left.
Football has taken everything away.
My
from
starting quarterback got
me.
benched.
Are you gonna cry?
I might. I might. My team
Tell
is
me-
3-8.
Tell me how I went 5-1 to start the year. I'm now 6-5 and still 4th in our fantasy league.
Because
Don't worry,
everybody is
because I'm
is
buns
terrible.
and I'm
Listen,
like
watching
3-8.
everyone lose well. I'm losing, so it's equating out. It's working
My
for
team
me.
was projected 130 points. Oh, too good to be true. 80.
I got 90. I was projected 120.
I don't even think I clipped 90 points this week.
Did you lose to?
Oh, I lost.
We're all
There you
losers.
What do
go.
you mean? I
all
lost. I think I
losers.
lost 89 to 119. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I lost 90 to 130 something.
Don't worry, I got 170 bomb this year at one point.
Oh.
Yeah. You also lost to a 6-player team, and you had 9.
Yeah. Yep. This guy had 6 people in, and I had 9, and I still
We
lost.
already talked about this on the show. That's a clip.
That's hilarious.
People love that. This next one's a little bit worrisome. This happened against the Broncos
Yeah.
actually 2 weeks ago. Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud is out again on Thursday Night Football against the Bills with concussion that was sustained against the Denver
It's
Broncos.
weird because it didn't look like.
Oh, he went in defensive
was-
position. It looked bad.
It was bad.
Did he go in
It
a
was
defensive
bad.
position?
When he
It wasn't like-
when his head hit the turf, he
it-
stiffened up quickly.
It wasn't Trevor Lawrence
was
fencing position.
nowhere
but
nearly as
it
bad as
was-
Trevor
yeah.
Tua, but it was enough where his fingers locked up.
Yeah.
And the trainers ran
You
on
could,
immediately.
I
you
don't think
could
I saw
tell.
that.
You could
It was
tell.
really bad. I didn't know until I saw the replay after the game finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me get that clear. It was not like something we were like, oh wow, this is bad as Trevor and Tua. But it was bad enough where clearly now 2 weeks he's been removed from football. Which
Well,
is
Davis
terrible.
Mills is doing very good in his position. In
Better
fact,
than
arguably
Stroud
better.
was.
So
Not arguably.
I don't think they rush him back at all.
Yeah, you can't really put arguably. It is what it is. Your eyes aren't lying to you. You're
Yeah.
seeing exactly what it is, and they're scoring
Yeah.
points and they're winning football games.
And
But
there's one more piece of news I want to add
Go for it.
myself. For my beloved Seahawks fans out there, we all saw Gray Zabel go
All
down
three of
this
you.
past week.
I'm already done hearing about it.
Anyways, if I could actually speak about my team for once without being interrupted.
He's
We,
gonna set you off. He's gonna set you off.
We saw...
He's rage baiting right now.
Can I talk?
He
No.
sent the whoa. Can you talk? It's
Gray
weird.
Zabel went down this past game with an injury. We impatiently waited for the results to come back. Great news. No structural damage
All
whatsoever.
right, guys,
to
we
his
could go
knee.
in circles all night.
I'll just shut up. Gray Zabel's day to
That was
day.
good. That was good. If you haven't, this is your first time listening. That was a page out of Dom's book that Nick just stole.
I just won't put any of my opinions anymore in the episode. I'll just sit here like a rock.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Mile High Podcast. All right, Nick. I know you've been waiting to talk about it. I hope you've got things to talk about. Chiefs Broncos Week 11. The Broncos take the dub. Tell us how it went.
The Denver Broncos had a home game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes walked in all confident they were going to come out 6-5, try to win that division. And the Denver Broncos, backs against the wall with everything to lose. Chiefs coming off of a bye. Andy Reid, notoriously fantastic coming out of a bye. The Broncos were missing 4 starters, including Patrick Surtain, J.K. Dobbins, Alex Singleton, and Jonah Ellis. And the Denver Broncos with the backs against the wall with nothing to gain and everything.
You're just saying the exact same thing you've already said. You're going to say it a third
You're going to
time?
say it?
How
You're
many
going to say it,
times your
Dom?
back's
You're going to say it?
against the
You're going
wall?
to say it?
Say what?
The Denver Broncos came out with a victory over the Kansas City Chiefs off of a Will Lutz game-winning kick. including a blocked PAT to get some revenge for
That's
last
some
year.
payback from last year.
Our running game, as you mentioned earlier, was absolutely
It was
atrocious.
abysmal. It was abysmal. It was terrible.
What does that say? Yeah, 59 rushing yards as a team.
Hey, we held the Chiefs to 62.
Don't worry, Bo Nix had 8 of those.
So there
That's
you go. So
embarrassing.
51 rushing yards were on the ground by our actual physical running backs.
Pat Bryant balled out.
Pat Bryant. Nick, what did I say before the game started? Literally 3
We need
minutes
to get him
before
involved.
kickoff. I said we need to get Pat Bryant involved. You weren't going to go trade for a pass catcher. You weren't going to add to this team both defensively or offensively. Use the damn pieces you put in place. Pat Bryant, he offers the extension we're looking for in the pass game. He offers the athletic ability and game-changing plays we're looking for.
Yep.
You get the kid involved. This kid from Illinois will show out if you give him the opportunity to rise to the occasion.
5
in which
catches, 82
he rose
yards.
to the occasion. He did, however, go down after one big catch. Got right back up and came back out.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. I was a little worried at first. I'm like, great. We already came in with 4 players out. I'm not trying to leave with one other one out to the list.
And welcome back, Lil Jordan Humphrey, by the way.
LJ Humphrey, yes.
My goat.
As they mentioned on the broadcast, he is not little. He is 6'4", as we couldn't tell as he ran across the field. 3
He's
times
like
in motion.
twice the size
Yeah.
of everybody else.
Dom, before I give my take on the game, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So this game was happening, unfortunately, as I was ripping my hair out watching my game, which we'll get to. But I saw pieces, important parts and highlights every time they'd pop up on my screen, and I heard them screaming in the room over from me, enjoying themselves. But
Oh, we were not enjoying ourselves.
what
Don't
I
get
took
that
away from this
twisted.
game is that the refs still love the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They tried to save Patrick
Riley
Mahomes from
Moss.
the interceptions.
I
Riley
am
Moss,
so sorry.
you're still the
I'm
best
so
cornerback
sorry.
in the league.
No,
in my
you're
eyes.
bro.
I've heard all the stuff coming out about you. Don't worry. It's. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Troy, Bo Nix,
Deep breath.
Bo Nix.
That
be
Family
careful.
Guy, the Family Guy thing.
You threw for no touchdowns, but you also threw no picks. So a flawless game is a win.
I was about to say, careful
So-
how you tread right here.
because this is not the week
You
to be
did
talking about
have
picks.
one of the
he
most
doesn't
clutch
figure too.
throws to seal the game. That 40-yard bomb.
Hey,
Troy
I forget
Franklin.
who it was
And-
that tweeted
and-
it, but he threw a big boy throw to Troy.
Yeah.
The thing about that play is Cortland Sutton was his first read on that play. He was double covered. So Bo went through his progressions, found Troy Franklin with just enough space. He put a perfect ball. If he puts that anywhere else, it's picked or incomplete.
As happy as I am for Bo to finally see that and throw it, I am just as much pleased to see Troy turn around,
Catch it.
track the ball, and play the ball.
because we see
We're so used to him
those
showing it
two
right away.
constantly. Drop passes, incomplete passes.
They have such good chemistry that it's almost like they're getting in each other's heads and failing each other.
They are.
This was the
Either
first
Bo
time we watched
overthrows
it
it
connect.
or Troy just drops it or something. It's very rare that Troy Franklin catches the ball outside of 10 yards away from Bo
No,
Nix.
you're not wrong. And while we're on the offensive side of the ball, I want to point out, as much as he was not used as much as I'd like in this game, it is his first game back, so I'm not going to talk too much on it. But I never realized how desperately we needed Marvin Mims, both offensively and in the return game.
Special teams.
Our
huge.
special teams looked like a different unit because of that one guy.
Sean Payton's quote 2 weeks ago seemed legitimate. Now, there was some legitimacy to it. Wow, I can't speak. He said that our special teams was flawless, coaching-wise, too.
Very well.
And I was like, I don't agree with that.
Darren Rizzi,
2 weeks
we
now,
owe you an
I see
apology.
what he's saying. We were simply missing our star returner.
Now, I do want to bring one more thing up. And this is for you, Gabe.
Go for it.
I was listening to last week's episode today
Yes.
on my way to school. And Gabe, you publicly shit on Will Lutz for his poor performances this year.
Yes.
And said, Will Lutz, you're not cutting it. Are you going to walk that back after this game? Or are you
So-
going to stand on business?
Hey, there's simply an I'm standing on business. There's simply an
Oh.
observation. No, yeah, I'm going to. Because, look, if you love your team truly and you want to be great, you're never satisfied. And as Dom, he jokingly said at the beginning of the episode, I'm Mr. Anti-Complacency. Yo, you're right. I'm obsessed with being great. I'm obsessed with succeeding. And if the Broncos want to get back to where they used to be, both in the 90s and the 2012 to 15, we'll say, you can't be missing go-ahead field goals, PATs even.
Absolutely.
And all we've seen this season, and if anyone knows a thing or two about that, it's Dom.
You see the
You
outcome they have on
cannot
the game.
miss those because those will change you 20 minutes down the line, 30 minutes down the line. You know,
If-
this game is 60 minutes for a
If the
reason.
Seahawks didn't miss a field goal, we would be 9-1 right now.
And that's a big difference in the NFC seeding.
Yeah.
So,
We would be undefeated if
the
it weren't
Broncos,
for two goals.
Yeah.
the Broncos
exactly.
are fortunate to be where they are. Am I pleased? Am I beyond grateful and excited that Will Lutz, with all the confidence in the world, came up there and hit that game winner? Yes.
Sean Payton celebrated before Will Lutz even
But
got
I
on the
also
field.
know when in doubt, when the game's on the line and the lights are damn as bright as they could ever be in Mile High or any other opposing stadium, it gets to him. So, no, I will not sit here and go back on it. I will simply say, Will Lutz, congratulations. Thank you. You did your job. Let's do that all the way through February.
Consistency.
Let's do it through February.
I want to pivot to the defensive side of the ball in this game, and I really think that we saw that why the Broncos are a top 10 defense in our league right now. You could tell how uneasy Patrick Mahomes was in the pocket throughout the
Chiefs'
game.
pass
offensive
rush
line
is
couldn't keep up.
Yeah, exactly. 2 picks,
And our
arguably the same
secondary
drive.
was horrendous.
Actually, while we get to second,
Except for, do you want to say it?
I want to get back to Dom, but I need to point this out. KAB needs to be moved up.
That's not who I was going to
Who
talk
are you
about.
going to talk about?
Jaquan McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan. Yeah, oh my God. 2
Player of
sacks,
the game.
interception, defensive player of the week, better be.
I don't
Better
see
be.
anybody who had a better performance.
Miles Garrett might get it. I think he had 4 sacks in his game, but still.
Don't care.
2 sacks at INT is we're talking about. But I do think over Jahdae Barron, despite the called back INT, I do think that Chris Abrams-Drain needs to be elevated. I think he needs to be given a lot more responsibility than he's given. I think he can handle it, and I think the only way to get him to get to that next step and level is by making him step up and putting him in those hard situations.
At times,
which
he
we
plays
did.
better than Riley Moss.
Exactly, which we did with Justin Sternad this week. He was given play calling duties
Yeah.
with the green dot, and I thought it should have went to Dre Greenlaw, and I thought wrong. Sternad carried himself well. The defense operated.
knows the system
Now I
better.
will say this: Dom said it. They're top 10. They're elite. The pass rushers like no other this season. We have 2 of the fastest edge rushers there are in the game. But I will say this: Denver holds up when they need to, but they're giving up big plays that I think come December are going to be the times you cannot allow that.
Catch by Thornton.
Taekwon Thornton, it was a 62-yard catch.
That was
52-yard
over
catch.
Jaquan, right?
Yeah, it
because
was-
he
yeah.
suplexed him at the end.
Yeah, he did. He at least got his
We
receipt.
cannot be giving that up
in a
January.
playoff game. No, you cannot. You cannot. So take what Dom said truthfully. Yeah, we are. But those plays right there will kill you when it matters most. So make those mistakes now. But as I said to Will Lutz, you need to clean it up and you need to be consistent. Back to the refs. You've got to call those holding penalties. I mean, it is atrocious. When our actual own professional NFL reporters and broadcast team are saying, oh, that was a hold.
Circling it.
We're going to get to some
Nick
pretty bad
Benito
calls.
got put
don't
in a
worry.
headlock.
He did, and they didn't call it. They didn't call it. Now, we've talked about the Broncos enough. I think we understand what we are with the
We're
Broncos.
just going in circles.
We're
at this point.
satisfied. They're doing their job. They're at a spot I never thought they would have been a year ago. I'm happy. But the Chiefs, got a couple notes. Mahomes.
Uh-oh.
We've been flaming Bo for weeks, and not just Bo, many young quarterbacks, for overthrowing throws and catches that we need to be making. Well, Mahomes, you've got a couple Super Bowls as we see on this sign. Well, maybe not this sign particularly. It's a little blank. But
Not that
He's
side.
got one.
You've got 1 Super Bowl according to this sign, but we know in real life you've got 3 Super Bowls. Arguably, you are creating the dynasty. Some might say the dynasty's on its way out. I don't know that's a fact yet. But either way, you had 3 costly missed deep throws that you always make. So I want to
That's our pass
reiterate,
rush.
there are quarterbacks outplaying Mahomes. There is a formula
Bo
to winning
Nix.
football without having
Sorry,
Patrick
Nick
Mahomes.
Wright. Bo Nix outplayed Mahomes. You said
That's
it
a
couldn't be
whole
done.
Episode in itself. Next, Chiefs run game. Wow. I thought even without Pacheco they'd figure it out with Kareem Hunt, but I think this also comes down to, does the O-line need a rebuild as it did back in 2021 when they lost to Brady in the Super Bowl? I think it's time for Reed to relook
It
at
looks
the team
similar.
and say that it's the O-line having the same struggles they had 3 years ago.
Well, it comes in with the pass game. It affected the rush game.
It's
I
affecting
mean,
everything.
Yeah.
It's affecting Mahomes. You said it.
Yeah.
He
Mahomes does
looked
not look
flustered.
himself.
Uneasy, yeah.
The whole game, he
He
did
looked
not
very
look
flustered
himself,
from the
which I'm happy
and
about.
Sean
but
Payton, I want to give credit to our fans. Sean Payton said that's the loudest that stadium has been
As they
since
should.
he got hired.
as they should.
And that's unbelievable to hear as a fan because we have sold out every game since the beginning of time. And I feel like our fans just sit there and just clap. But
No,
this game,
now I
they
know
were
there's a
on
penalty
one.
before the broadcast team tells us because I hear boos like it.
Yeah,
through the
it's
TV.
a totally different atmosphere even watching at home because you can. I feel like I'm there. I can feel the energy in the stadium.
Well, I said this,
and I never felt that.
Been in 10 years.
I never felt that with Simeon, Osweiler, Russ, Drew
Keenum.
Lock, Case Keenum, Joe Flacco.
None of them.
None of them. Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, and he went on a 3-0 start.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sticking into this game is look. The Bills got their win, but sticking in the AFC side of things, I do think we need to really be serious when we talk about this. Josh Allen is struggling. Now we're gonna sit here. We're gonna talk about the big plays he made to get the win, and that is what matters. But back on being great, on the Bills getting back to where they could not get the job done back in the day. You cannot just be chucking the ball up whenever you feel fit. Josh Allen has some of the greatest ability I've seen in the NFL at his position. Arguably the best at his position. But when he does these kind of things like he did, I want to say, second quarter, 4:23, you had a receiver underneath. I think it was Ty Johnson. Or was it Ray Davis? Ray Davis. You had him underneath. And you decided to throw it in a 3-man coverage to make a play. It leads to an interception. First quarter to start off the game, Dom, you called it out. I ran to the living room to go see what was happening. They showed the replay. You try to make a scramble drill and extend it, and you just chuck it up in hopes that someone's going to catch it.
Yeah, that was terrible.
These plays, I understand you have the ability to open our eyes and make these larger-than-life plays, but it's these costly moments. Just go get points. Fight for the yards. Move the sticks.
His inner Will
These
Levis
plays
won.
will come about as you play the game and as you score points. You cannot, and I reiterate, you cannot force them, especially after the last 3 weeks of struggles we saw against the Panthers, against the Saints. I mean, you can't keep doing this.
On the flip side of the token, though, you have a quarterback that had 6 total touchdowns in a game.
But I want to recognize that a lot of that rhythm came in the late third quarter and the whole fourth quarter.
Absolutely, yeah.
First half, you never know. You play the wrong team. You play the Patriots, who are hungrier than ever this year.
You're blown out.
You're blown,
You're
dude.
too
You're
far.
screwed. You're screwed. Hell, you play any NFC team. If you make it to the Super Bowl, you might be screwed. So
The Cardinals learned that the hard way.
as much as I want to sit
Jacoby
here and
Brissett is
say,
him, by the way.
no, he's not.
Jacoby Brissett, our favorite
Broke a
record-holding
you broke a record
quarterback.
this weekend. As much as I want to sit here and say great for the Bills and getting the dub and holding their own, there's a lot of questions to be answered.
Absolutely.
The other question here is, what are we doing with the receiver room? Keon Coleman didn't even dress. He got
Yeah,
benched.
what's up with that?
Khalil Shakur, contract extension, not living up to the hype.
Nope.
Running backs, barely. I mean, you're really the
So,
living, breathing
are the
area of
Bills
the Bills.
a good NFL team or not?
And that's the question, because look at the defense.
I
32
ask
points let
myself
up.
this question every week, and I'm like, are they terrible or are they good?
It's Josh Allen and Sean McDermott that keep this team alive every year.
Absolutely.
It's similar to
They have
Lamar
nobody
Jackson
else.
and John Harbaugh.
Yep.
That's what it is. And I hate to say it, they're literally the same team. They play the big teams,
Hell,
and they cannot live up to
James
the moment.
Cook had more of an impact on the pass game than the rush game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, so did Ty. I say this every week. Ty Johnson. They have 3 running backs that only
He's
fit
basically
into
a
their
receiver
scheme.
at this point.
He only fits into their scheme, and yet again, every time I see him making great plays, 2 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. One of them went for a touchdown. I want to say it was a 30-yard catch.
Yeah.
This guy may not be great everywhere else, but here I fear him and
works.
respect him if I'm on the defensive side of the ball.
He's
When
great
you
in the
average
system.
30 yards a catch,
Yeah.
you better respect them.
Now, flip side of things to the Bucks. Sean Tucker. I mean, good God.
Wow.
19 rushes, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, one caught through the air, rather. 3 total touchdowns. I mean, I literally jumped off the couch as if I was the
All 3
broadcaster
times.
and screamed, Sean Tucker, touch. Like
Every time Red Zone showed it.
Yeah.
I
was like-
cannot believe that without Bucky Irving, and I hate seeing it because I love Bucky, the juice
Because I have
he
him
brings.
on my fantasy team.
A lot of us do.
Me too.
Dom does. The juice that Bucky Irving brings to this team, Rashad White and Sean Tucker have kept that backfield alive.
Yeah.
And I will say this confidently. Without Baker Mayfield, I don't think the Bucks are even half of the
Oh,
team they are
absolutely
right now.
not.
They're
Absolutely
keeping them at the 6 wins they have. I mean, Baker's making some costs. He's going to throw you a pick a game. He's literally Jameis Winston.
I watched
He's
him
aggressive.
carve up my defense.
But-
and, yeah.
What I see with Baker is an all will to never go down. I watch him evade sacks where I think, oh, God, he's going to get killed. I see him throw passes that I'm like, I don't think he's a quarterback who can make that throw, and he proves me wrong every week.
Yeah.
He's getting Tess Johnson to look like a number 2 receiver on any team right now. He's
Yeah.
making Emeka Egbuka make a case to be Offensive Rookie of the Year, if not the bona fide Offensive Rookie of the Year. And this is all, mind you, without a tight end scoring a touchdown, without Mike Evans, and without Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
This team needs to still have respect in the NFC because I've already seen some headlines
Absolutely.
saying, "Are the Bucks still a threat?" Yes, they
They're
are.
still a top 10
You need
team.
to respect them. They may not be winning football right now, but you don't know what it comes in 2
They
3
also have a
weeks.
very difficult schedule.
When the
They're
pressure
not-
is applied, you might see Baker and this team get a couple wins and just sneak into the 7th seed.
Yeah.
But that's my takeaways from this game. I'll leave the floor to you two boys if you have any takeaways watching this high scoring.
I think you put it well.
Yeah, I'm good.
Got everything out. Cool. I'm sorry that if I took it all.
No, you're good.
This game, I
Couldn't say it
You're on a
better.
roll, man.
All right, cool. I'm glad. Dom, a little bit of a heartbreaker, but you're still optimistic.
So,
I
in an
love your
NFC
ship set.
West matchup, the Rams versus the number 1 at the time placed team, the Seahawks in the NFL Power Rankings, faced off. It was supposed to be one of the game of the weeks, and what started out to just be a shit show continued to be a shit show. Sam Darnold,
It wasn't pretty.
4 picks, dude. 1 in the first half, 3 in the second. It just got to a point where it looks like the offense couldn't get into a rhythm, that he was trying to force things that weren't there. At the same time, I included a line in the doc. You guys will see it if you look down a little bit. Anthony Bradford Seattle's O-line has improved tremendously from picking up Gray Zabel to and Anthony Lucas or Antonio Lucas. It's one or the other. Just being absolutely phenomenal, and Charles Cross, just good all around. We protected Sam Darnold. We kept him clean. One of the least sacked quarterbacks in
He
the
is
league
moving
at
the
moment.
pocket. He does fight.
That as well. But you wouldn't be able to do it without those guys up front. Also, our run game has been tremendous compared to what it was last year. All positives. Anthony Bradford. I watched some of the highlights from this game over and over again, thinking what could have been if this play didn't happen or this play didn't happen. I watched you stand up when the ball was snapped and just look around and be like, I don't feel like blocking today. And just let people run right around. And if you pick up half of those blocks, Sam Darnold arguably doesn't throw 2 of those picks. If you look at the 4 picks that Sam Darnold threw, one of them was just atrocious. What were you thinking? Like,
I would argue
I'd say two of them.
Two of them were thrown straight into traffic. I'm not really sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can argue 2 of them were just plain atrocious. One of them...
But you need to keep in mind, even with these 4 picks thrown, they're still in it. What does it look like if we take away 2 of those picks?
Yeah, so I'm going to get to that.
Defense is unbelievable.
I'm going to get to that as well.
Tremendous.
One of those picks... I just want to talk about Sam Darnold here. One of those picks was preventable if I believe it was Elijah Arroyo ran the wrong route. And it was very clear it should have been a steep dig. He ran kind of like a post, and Sam Darnold and him were just not on the same page when that ball was thrown.
Was that the one in the end zone?
No, that was the one. It was like right up the middle of the field. It was like
they had one in the end zone. It was like a
15-yard
post
throw.
corner, and he whiffed on it. He stopped.
It could have been that one, but it wasn't in the end zone.
Darnold had him pinpoint. He stopped running.
Yeah. Actually, it was to the tight end.
Yeah.
So that's probably what you're thinking. That I don't put on Sam Darnold. Yes,
the ball was there.
Yeah,
You
it was
finished the route,
perfect.
it's caught,
If he
yeah.
ran the dig that he was supposed to, he would have cut in front of the receiver. The ball would have been right there.
I think
right in his hands.
we're talking about 2 different ones because I think Sam thought it was a post corner.
Yeah.
Threw it.
Yeah,
And Elijah just stopped running.
It was just some
just
mix-ups, and 2 of them, Sam Darnold, that we've seen this week after week. You've been absolutely phenomenal. And Ernest Jones came out, and Mike McDonald came out and said pretty much the same thing. They said, listen, man, we've got your back. You've been phenomenal. Mike McDonald said, keep ripping it. I hope you come out and you bring those frustrations out on the Titans defense and just pass all over them. Get your confidence back.
There's a key to that, though. You've got to do it. You got to keep going with a chip on your shoulder, but you got to keep those emotions in check.
Yes.
Because at times those emotions, and I think that might be what this game was, is Sam Darnold realized, holy shit.
You're playing
This is an
a
NFC
top
West-
caliber defense.
This is an NFC
and
West
it's a rival.
matchup that will determine the seeding in the future, has a great impact on tomorrow morning, everything. This game had great implications, whether we want to talk about it or not. There's a lot of playoff field games this week, and this being one of them. And I think Darnold realized that. And I don't blame him. Any good quarterbacks can get the slightest bit, whether they want him in or not, and say, look, I was trying to force some plays there because I want my guys to win, and I'm trying to show up for my guys.
Yep.
And I think that's where the respect came in from the defensive side of the ball, especially in the locker room after the game, when they said, look, we wouldn't be where we are right now if Sam Darnold wasn't playing the way he has up to this point. So it would be wrong of us to go out there and say, well, our quarterback's not doing our job. What do you want us to do? No. He had a bad day. We've had our bad days. Beginning of the season, we talked about the defense and secondary struggling. Since week 4, the Seahawks secondary has arguably been one of the best secondaries in the league. So we're not going to have 110% every day. But what we can do is rebound from this game, fix these mistakes, clean them up, come back, and win those games until we get to there.
There's one similarity. Gabe couldn't have said it better. But there's one similarity between a notoriously bad game last year and this year's loss to the Rams, and it was that Sam Darnold went out to the Rams last year in the playoffs. That was one of his notoriously bad games.
Every quarterback has that one team.
By the way,
And
Jamar
it was
Chase's
his
appeal
top
of his
speed
1
division
game
rival.
suspension
He's
was
appealing
denied.
it?
It was
That was
denied.
denied.
Is that
Okay.
what
Yep,
the
that was
notification
notification was. He
Wow.
forfeited
Patriots
$507,000.
cakewalk schedule continues.
Yep. But back to the Seahawks. My
You're not
defensive
wrong.
side. My defense, holy cow. Ernest Jones, green dot, could not be happy you're back. I don't think you were 100%. I think we rushed you back a little bit for the game, but you're
Again,
still
big
healthy.
moment.
You still played amazing. You were there when we needed you, and it's so thankful you're back because Tyrese Knight went out with a concussion, and
He was huge last week.
phenomenal this week. You should have seen the hit that he went out with. If you guys get a chance, please look that hit up because you could hear it on the TV.
I
It
came
was
in
so
here and
loud.
watched it with you. Yes, I was watching that replay
It was
with you.
so
Yes.
loud.
Yep.
You could it was just amazing. I love how hard my defense hits. But
A physical group,
for
that's
a
sure.
defense to that play that good and still have my quarterbacks back is really heartwarming just to know my team will take care of each other. And
It's a locker room
they-
that's actually together.
yes, they need to rebound and they got to just keep doing it. And Mike McDonald, been doing an amazing job defensively. You've held the MVP top leading candidate, Matthew Stafford, to 15 of 28 for only 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he continues to see no interceptions. However, Kobe Bryant, 5 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and that was on Puka Nacua on a
I
perfect
want to
peanut
talk about
punch.
Kobe Durant on the Rams having himself a day with 2 interceptions,
Yeah.
and they weren't like just some pick me. I mean, he was balling out. I mean, he was balling.
Well, that Rams
but
defense is elite.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
That Rams team all around
Those
is elite.
uniforms. alone.
Yeah,
Clean.
yeah.
So, and before I throw the ball to Nick, I do want to say,
I'm not done yet.
okay, well, let me get one more little slide in. I do want to say these are the results, and we said this when the Broncos played. What was the game where we had a rather low score and everyone was pissed? And we're like, well, that's what happens when you have 2 good defenses. The
Raiders?
Texans. That's what
The
those-
Raiders?
What? No, not the Raiders.
I thought you said a rivalry.
No. I said that's what happens
It's
when
a
you
team
have
with a good
game-
defense.
Yeah. When we played the Texans,
Raiders.
everyone was all up in arms about the score. When you have 2 good defenses, those are the outings it has. It comes down to who has the last play in the gas tank. And I think this was similar to this. The Seahawks had enough gas. It just came down to the field goal, and
Yeah, but
unfortunately, it was a
I
long
will
shot.
say the last drive the Seahawks had 1 timeout left, a minute 40
They're
on the
just
clock.
wasting so much clock.
Okay, that's one
That
thing.
was terrible.
But the Seahawks, the Rams punted the ball, and holy cow, what a punt. It was pinned on the half-yard line. It could not have been a better punt. But for Sam Darnold and that offensive unit to come out after a
JSN
game like
moved
this
everything except Rashid
and,
Shaheed. He had
and
one catch.
still
Everything else was
move the
JSN.
ball down the yard 60 fields to at least set the punter 60 yards to at least set the punter up for a field goal in a minute and 30 with 1 timeout. Yes, there was a lot of wasted time
I was
there,
going to
but
say 32 seconds wasted
Yeah, but-
just to get there. It kind of rubbed me the wrong
yeah,
way.
but
I mean, you got to manage
but at
that.
the same time,
You had a
have
timeout.
you have 1 timeout. No, you have 1.
I know you had a timeout.
And guess when we used it? When Rashid Shaheed
Went
caught
down.
that
Yeah,
ball.
I know, but
that's when we needed it most.
Yes, but when I see JSN, it might not even been JSN. It might have been Cooper Kupp. No, it was JSN. He slipped. He didn't go out of bounds. When he tried to fight for extra yardage, and you're watching them kind of sluggishly get up and get to the ball, get to the ref, you got to have some. And then it comes down. This
Absolutely.
also comes into Kubiak. You've got to get the plays right. In that situation, you and the staff have already have 3 plays lined up for situational game right here. You've already got to have this prepared. Because it looked like Darnold was even sitting there like, guys, I don't have the play. You got to wait a second.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
I agree.
That's
There
gotta
was
go
a
to
lot of
coaching.
wasted time. You need tempo, and you got to move.
Did they get where they needed
Because-
to be and it comes down to the kicker? Yes. But I think if coaching managed that a little bit better,
So let me go back.
you could have 8 extra seconds.
Exactly.
There.
I could say if the Seahawks had 8 extra seconds, it was first down. They got a first off the pass
3
interference.
or 4 more yards, you might win this game.
They got 10 more yards.
You were
That's a
right at the
51-yard
marker.
field goal.
Yeah, you were right at the target mark.
We said how the fuck can I think of his name? My kicker.
Jason Myers.
Jason Myers. We
yeah.
said Jason Myers up for failure there. 61 yards is a tough kick for any
They
kicker.
said in pregame he was kicking him though.
He was, and
And pregame, there's no pressure.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You're
that-
being
it's game-winning.
Dom, you said this last
but
year. You're being
either
paid
way,
to kick that.
exactly. You need to make that field goal. 61 yards. You made a 57-yarder. It's 4 more yards. You make that field goal. You beat the Rams
yard
in a
counts.
game. In a
game
game
of
that you
inches.
played terribly.
Life's a game of inches.
To end it off, Anthony Bradford, holy cow, get your head out of your ass and play football, please. And I don't think a lot of people are coming out and saying the Seahawks have nothing to worry about. I'm worried. I'm not super worried. I don't think
Look,
this
you got to look
loss,
at this loss honestly as like a wake up call.
we're
more
playing
than
the
a
best team in
worrisome-
the NFL, and we lost by 2 points in a game that we had 4 interceptions in.
I just
We
think,
clean up our offense. This game is a
A
cakewalk.
blowout.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nick, you can attest this. I just think there's certain losses that teams like this need. You need a smack in the
You
face.
need
every
a
now and
wake-up
then to
call,
wake up. Yeah.
There's the red zone, which was an issue last year, and which is why I'm happy Gino's gone.
I mean,
'cause
yeah.
our
3
red zone-
times you ran living room said we're screwing up in the red zone.
Yeah.
We cannot. We're like
And
allergic to the end zone. I think you said.
There
at one
was
point.
one play that Charbonnet ran the ball in, and the refs called a holding on the opposite side of the
I know.
field.
I heard you scream through the walls.
They took back our
squeaked,
first
actually.
touchdown. Our first touchdown they took back on a flag. And let me pivot to the Lions and the Eagles because we're not really talking too much about that game. There was a play. Even
my
Chris
God.
That was
said it
terrible.
was so bad.
That was really
AJ
bad.
Brown pushed off, and they
Yeah,
called
it was
pass
offensive pass
on the
interference
That
they
was
called on
bad.
defense, and that was the game-deciding play. If that play ended up how it should have, the Lions get the ball back
The
for another
integrity
drive.
of our officiating
It's
in the last
so
5 years has
bad.
been so inconsistent.
Okay, if we can re-watch plays to change the outcome on like reviewable plays, why can't New York come in and look at this and
Every
be like,
play
"That's
should
not a
be
flag"?
reviewable, in my opinion.
Every flag should have to go through a process of getting,
Coaches used to be able to challenge it. They took it away after 1 year.
a
That's-
coach's challenge right there that changes the game.
I agree.
So it's
I want to
crazy,
I want
but-
to say, Nick, do you have any thoughts, Rams or Seahawks?
Matthew Stafford
I need to hear you. Come on. You had some words yesterday. You had words today. The floor is yours. Take as long as you need.
I genuinely don't understand how people can sit there and still say Sam Darnold is one of the top quarterbacks in the league. I'm sorry.
Did you watch his 2 performances the previous 2 weeks?
Yeah, I did.
You're the type of guy to argue that Bo Nix is one of the best quarterbacks when you can barely beat the Jets.
When have I ever said that?
You've argued it many times to me. You were trying to argue Bo Nix over Sam Darnold earlier.
Yeah, and I rightfully so. Because here's why.
So?
Here's why.
Why? Because Bo Nix can't overthrow or underthrow.
Here's why. I will tell you. Because Bo Nix, even at his worst, would never have 4 interceptions in a game. He would adjust himself to become more conservative to try to get those checkdowns, those screens, whatever.
Oh, you mean because Sean Payton's going to call 50 screens in a row? That's why
Did
he
I
can't
say
throw
that?
picks, because you just throw a screen every damn play.
Take it back to last year. Take it back to Seattle and Pittsburgh.
So
weeks 1 and 2
Sam
last
Darnold's
year.
worst game, he had over 270 passing yards with 4 picks. That's absolutely terrible. I'm going to put it out there. Bo Nix's worst game, 16 to 28, 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Arguably,
Exactly.
2
Exactly.
picks, 1 touch. He had 150 yards. Sam Darnold had over 100 more yards than him on his best.
Whoa, because Matthew Stafford in this very game only had 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, but it was enough to win the game. He did exactly what
No
the
picks.
offense and team needed him to do.
Yeah,
though.
but Matthew Stafford Matthew Stafford maybe threw 1 bad ball that game.
I thought you were talking about the yardage specifically.
No.
I
I'm
was gonna
talking
say,
I'm talking the mixture of the interceptions,
Okay.
yardage, and just
I'm
you're
following.
playing the Rams. Sam Darnold gave this up on the Rams defense.
Who was Bo Nix playing when you
played
brought that
bad against the Raiders defense. That is 2 statistically different defenses right there.
Is the Raiders defense bad because the players are bad, or because the offense is so bad the defense has to be on the field 24/7?
So you're saying you're off? What is?
Restate.
Is the Raiders defense bad because the players are incompetent, or because the offense is so bad they're constantly turning the ball over and
Both.
punting that the defense has to be on the field all
both.
the time?
But what does that have to do with Bo Nix playing terribly against the defense that's exhausted and bad? Like, I don't get what point are you trying to prove to me here?
I'm trying to prove to
You're
you.
just backing up my point that the Raiders defense is terrible.
I'm trying to prove to
Do you want me to pose a question to guide this along, or do you actually?
Yeah, go for it. Because we're just gonna go in circles. And
Oh,
God, here we go. Do you want me to pose her the question?
Yes,
Or do you want
might
me
as
to-
well, since
Okay.
we're just gonna go in circles.
Okay. Is Sam Darnold a starting franchise quarterback in this NFL that will win you meaningful football games?
as of last year and this year, yes.
One of those words makes me say no. Is he a franchise quarterback? No. Is he a starting quarterback? Yes.
Okay. Dumb.
I think he's absolutely a franchise quarterback, and here's why. How he acts in the presser after the game, the team morale he brings, the connection he has to the other players, the chemistry he brings. I've never seen JSN or any receiver this year so far play as good as he's playing. The chemistry is there. The decisions are there. He's been a very good starting caliber quarterback. As Nick said, a very good starting caliber quarterback this year. I also think he has the potential. I have not seen it yet. Because it's only his 11th game with us. The potential to be our franchise quarterback. And obviously he's on a 3-year contract with us. We have to get out after a year. I pray, and Mike McDonald's came out and said we plan on keeping him those 3 years. And I will have no issues with how he's done this year.
Nick, your
Considering we
response and
have the
feelings to Sam
cheapest offense in the league,
Darnold.
the youngest offense in the league, and we are playing this good offensively and defensively.
Because now we have 2 years of tape. What is still holding you back? And I'm not. This is not me taking a side. This is purely me moderating this.
When I watch Sam Darnold play, I am not confident he's going to make the play. I'm waiting for that mistake. I'm waiting for him to screw up because I know eventually it's going to happen.
It's going to happen
When
to
I
everybody.
watch Bo Nix play, I'm not waiting for that mistake. When he makes it, I'm like, whoa,
see,
that was weird.
I
That's not-
disagree. I disagree. As a player who watches the game, 9 out of 10 times, I am very confident. When I see Sam Darnold look, I know when he
It's
sees
different
something.
when it's your quarterback.
Exactly. So how can you come
all right,
out and tell me
let
that to my
pick a
quarterback?
different- Let me pick a different guy than Bo Nix. Let me go with.
You can't
give
pick
me a
Matthew
quarterback.
Stafford.
Give me a
You
quarterback.
can't
Give
pick
me
Matthew-
give me a quarterback.
Jacoby.
No,
That's
give me a
terrible.
real quarterback.
Oh, you're not a real quarterback.
Baker Mayfield.
When I watch Baker Mayfield play, I'm not as confident he's not going to make a mistake, but I still feel like he's more in control of everything than Sam Darnold is.
I so
Here, let's
disagree.
pivot to a quarterback who's top of their conference but struggling and is being compared.
I think I know what you're going to
Josh
say.
Jalen
Allen.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to go Josh Allen. but-
Nope, Jalen Hurts.
I'm still more confident
So-
that Jalen Hurts isn't going to make that mistake.
Yeah.
When Sam Darnold, I feel like I'm just expecting it. And that might
But
be personal
I
bias.
disagree.
That might be personal
I think
bias.
that is personal bias because as a fan okay, I may have personal bias too, but as someone who
Well,
watches
personal bias
every
to this
snap
year.
of every
But what were
game.
your thoughts last year on the Vikings? Let's go there. Let's pivot
So
there.
looking last year at the Vikings, you can go back in the clips. I was very high on the Vikings.
Very high on, yeah.
I
We've
had
been
my
arguing over Sam Darnold since before
literally
he was in Seattle.
I had my before I even knew he was going to Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my questions about the Vikings when they lost 2 in a row because we all said, "Are they really the team we think?"
Sure.
They went out to win out the very.
Wow.
They
You
went.
were doing so good, you had to have your moment. That was your pick. You threw your pick.
They
Yeah, that was the Sam Darnold
3 more
play right
incoming.
there.
3 more incoming. They went out to win out the rest of the season, and I never got to watch the Rams game where the Vikings lost.
It was not good.
I know it was
was
not
not
good. It was
great at
9
all.
sacks and like 2 or some picks. It was not a good game to watch. But I was very high on how good the Vikings were because their offense is very similar to what Seattle's offense is now. How Jay Jett has played is what JSN is now. And there's one common factor between those two
I got
right now,
flamed for saying Jason was the best receiver in the league
which is absolutely insane.
I
How
got
is this
flamed
even a
for it.
question?
I got
He's 200
flamed.
yards above Puka.
because they said the statistics should
Well, Puka
determine the
missed a
actual
few games.
skill of the player.
That's true.
but I feel like
Now let me
statistics
say
translate a little
this.
bit.
Sam Darnold struggled in other systems, right? And last week you even said, I don't know how you can call Sam Darnold a system quarterback 'cause he's done it in multiple systems, which is fine. But he also struggled in a system with the 49ers that is notoriously easy
But
for
he
quarterbacks
never
to pick
got
up.
a
Jones is
starting
succeeding in it.
spot. He never got the shot.
He never
at it.
was even the backup. And that's for a reason, unfortunately. Like it or
Carolina,
not.
it didn't work, and he did
And-
get the shot. It started off hot. They went
Well,
2-0.
Carolina, I'm going to give him a pass.
I
for
know,
that.
but they went 2-0 to
the
start.
Jets, too.
Everyone
I mean,
thought.
Baker Mayfield looked awful.
You
on
can't
the
blame him
Panthers,
for
too.
the
But
Jets
in
or
his
the
start in
Panthers.
Carolina,
The
they started
Jets-
off 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, which everyone believed, oh my God, Sam Darnold, like this could be our guy.
You got to remember what
And
Sam
then it went
Darnold came
south.
out of college being. Sam Darnold came out of college being
But-
one
As
of
the-
the hottest names.
Out of USC,
He
yeah. Yeah.
picked it up in a system in Minnesota that
Who
Josh
expected that?
Dobbs succeeded in.
Kirk Cousins, who now is failing miserably.
JJ McCarthy at times looks okay. So are we going to say it was Sam Darnold, it was the Vikings, or it was somewhere in the middle?
So, okay.
I guess the better question to ask is, does the Seahawks look like this without Sam Darnold?
So,
I
no,
think
let
they
me,
do.
Let me pose a question to you then. What happened to the Vikings this offseason?
They lost their quarterback.
And where are they now? Bottom 15 in the league.
Sure, but JJ McCarthy has not looked good. He's
I
had his
know.
moments where he's looked decent.
JJ McCarthy's looked terrible.
He's also a rookie. Sam Darnold's in year
8?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There's the difference.
you're starting to get into what Gabe just asked. Does Seattle's offense? Absolutely not. Look at the stats. I mean, Sam Darnold in not this last game, the past 2 games before that, throwing as much touchdowns as he did in completions. 5 incompletions over 2 games, 5
Which is
touchdowns
great.
over
That's
2
great.
games. Not just that. Last year, the issue with Geno, red zone turnovers. It was terrible. Every time we drive all the way down to the
You want
red
to talk
zone to
about
throw
red
a
zone
pick.
turnovers? Go to Monday Night Football, Broncos at Seahawks, game 1 of the Russell Wilson experience. Melvin Gordon just decided he doesn't know how to play running back anymore and just gives your team the ball like 6 times on the goal line.
We're going.
You
Speaking
get a
of the
ball,
goal
and
line,
you get a ball. It was ridiculous. Do you remember that
remember.
game?
Sam Darnold was Santa Claus this past week, gifting the Rams defense all
in
of
the
our
holiday
offensive
spirit.
drives. Yeah, there he is. He's getting ready for the season. But Mike, what I have to say is, as a fan and a person who's watched every single snap this
A viewer.
offense has
Yeah.
taken, Sam Darnold has brought this offense to where it is. We have one of the best passing games. We have a run game that opened up out of nowhere, and mind you, nothing's changed much. We solidified our O-line. You could say that. We brought in Cooper Kupp. Our core work is still the same. JSN.
Now, I want to bring up, you said, do you think the Seahawks would be doing this with another quarterback? And I do.
well, it depends
you
because
did it-
obviously, if we bring in like Baker Mayfield,
You did it with
obviously-
Geno Smith. He was 3rd in the league in passing yards, and you had a 10-7
Because
record.
we
Highest
couldn't
EPA
run
rate,
the
too.
ball.
He brought the most success, the most points added to a game just
We-
by being the starter.
We couldn't run the ball. We had to
Is that
throw
the
it.
fault of Geno Smith?
I mean, you could say considering he threw a pick every time he got it within the 20-yard line.
What does it have to do with the run game? If
Well,
anything, that makes you
Everyone
wanna
knows.
defend the
Everyone
pass.
knows that the run game opens up the pass game, and the pass game opens up the run game. If you're bombing the ball, then you're not
But
going to have a
did
stacked
Sam
box.
Darnold fix the run game?
You can argue that.
I don't think
He
so.
is, he's. You can look at the charts right now. He's the most efficient quarterback in deep throw plays, and it's by a mile.
Is that him or is it JSN?
JSN has undoubtedly
I
taken
mean,
a huge step.
Absolutely, yeah. You can argue it's the chemistry between both.
Yeah, I did not expect this to be in year 3.
No.
I mean, a massive contract extension.
This is
on
what
us.
they
I mean, you
drafted.
saw the one-handed catch just last play. I don't know if
my
you got it.
God.
Was dirty.
He's
I mean,
unbelievable. He's
and-
unbelievable.
And Rashid Shaheed should have also had a touchdown in that game from a beautiful ball if the Rams defense just wasn't as elite as it was.
You know, we talk about this a lot on the show. You can't blame a quarterback for what's around him, but I do say, dare I say, if JSN's not in place, does Darnold even look like a fraction of what he is right now? Like, because I do sit here sometimes and I question, God forbid if God forbid if Baker got Mike Evans back, if these quarterbacks had their guy, because let's be real here, Cortland Sutton's not a game changer. He will catch you a ball.
He
He's
can
Mr.
be at
Consistent,
times, but he's not.
But he's not JSN.
No.
If Bo had a JSN, what does that look like? If
This
Baker
offense
had
would be
had
unbelievable.
Amika, Mike, and Chris Godwin, what does that
Yeah,
look like?
and it's
So, I
it's
mean-
hard to say. It's nearly impossible to say unless
And it
the
is, you
worst
know why
happens.
it's even harder to say? Because without this sample, the next sample is him and Jay Jettas.
Yeah.
So either way, no matter how
And
you shake it, he's got his guy.
You look at it, and Sam Darnold's also been very efficient of getting the ball to Cooper Kupp, and now with the addition of Rashid Shaheed, it can change a lot.
I guess where the argument and the bias he comes in is that we're watching quarterbacks with arguably you could say Bo's got less skill than Darnold if you'd like to. I'm not here for that, but you could say that he's winning harder or the same level of games without the support cast that Darnold has. I think that's where the bias
100%.
is coming in.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Because you can say this. This is not just a Nick argument. This is a league-wide argument. People are not here for Darnold's success. Everyone wants to
All right,
wants to
let
knock
me
on him.
comment on that. I am not against Sam Darnold. I do not wish that Sam Darnold plays terrible.
No. You're just not.
I hope he does really well. I hope he proves me wrong.
For lack
but
of a
I
better
just haven't
term,
seen
you're
it.
not like
I'm not convinced.
optimistic that he's going to bring you to a Super Bowl and win that.
I have zero confidence in him to prove me wrong, but I hope he does.
But
Well,
Nick has come out and said he is a great player.
you're
I mean,
also
that's
not a fan of the team, and I
it's
come
not
out
off
as
record.
a fan of the team and someone who's watched this team over the past 10 years. Obviously, I wasn't as religiously as I do now, but
I mean, you've watched every snap this season, though.
yeah,
so.
every single snap I was, and I can say the Seattle Seahawks were number 1 in the power rankings last week, and we have not even were close to that.
We know those
last
power
week.
rankings change very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
We yet
And obviously
again,
now we're behind
Broncos
the
are number
Broncos.
3, by the way, right now.
But,
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see the Broncos beat a team that's over 500, and
The
And you had
defending
to go
Super Bowl
there.
champs, the defending AFC champs, the Dallas Cowboys, number 1 scoring offense in the league,
At
the
the
number
time,
1
yeah,
defense
yeah.
in the league.
We beat the Texans, who everyone said the defense was top 5 at the point in time.
They were the number 1 defense in the league
They
at
were
the
the number
time.
1. There you go.
Should I continue?
With no JSN, with no number 1 receiving core, with 18th, 22nd, and 23rd ranked offenses in certain statistics. Still putting up plus 20 points a week, except for the Raiders game. Don't go lose that
Listen.
game.
and the Jets.
That doesn't count.
Don't forget the Jets.
And the Jets game.
That game doesn't count.
That game doesn't count. Those are basically off, you know.
They don't exist.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
But
The Colts and Chargers game, the NFL actually came out and said they're going to nullify both of those games. So the Broncos are
We're
actually
10-0,
undefeated.
okay, we're undefeated. I do want to say before we move on, if that's all right, are we nearing the end of that
I'm
one?
good,
All
I'm
right, I
good.
do want to say the Rams. I was telling Nick this before we actually started recording. I do want to say that this team is not to be
filthy.
taken lightly.
It's filthy.
I don't
Oh.
care that in certain games it's close. I don't care that they deal with injuries. I don't care that they got this weakness, they got that weakness. This team, when it matters most, they show up to play, and this guy will tell you
Matthew
here.
Stafford just gets better as he gets older.
They play them twice a year, and like I said, if you want to hear it from someone who sees it every year, ask Dom. This team is serious, especially come playoffs. They
Yep.
always make
and
a
it's
run.
terrible that
Sean McVay
Sam
always knows what he's
Darnold's
doing.
kryptonite is the Rams. It's terrible to see, but
You know, and I think that just comes down, and we see with the Broncos. I mean, I think that's why me and Nick were so not as hopeful as we sound now going into the Chiefs game. When you play a divisional game, you saw it with the Raiders. When you play any divisional game,
you don't know which team you're going to get.
it's higher stake simply because you guys know each other for 50 plus years.
Yeah.
And there's more at stake than any other game
saying,
than when you
yeah.
play someone in the division.
Yeah.
But that is our analysis for Week 11. Nick, however, is coming back strong with the segment that's going to bring some more conversation. So if you thought this was good so far, we're just getting started.
So this week I brought which scenario is more likely. I have 8 different types of scenarios with 2 options in each, and we're going to debate how the league would change if these things were to happen, and which is more likely to happen. So kicking it off, we have the playoff battle. Option A, the Chiefs missed the playoffs this year. Or option B, the Ravens missed the playoffs this year. Which is more likely?
Can I take the hot take first?
Go for it.
I think the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs this year over the Ravens.
I was going to say, I agree.
And this is why.
Yeah, you said you have a good answer for this? 'Cause I want to hear this.
The Ravens started terribly, but they've since just been trending up and up.
Whoa.
and up.
Bingo.
Even with the rough start, they were scoring the league's highest points.
Yeah. Their
So,
defense was just
if
atrocious.
that's the worst football, what does it look like as we start to gel? We got our guys back. Lamar's back. Harbaugh's got some confidence back. You know, they ripped out the ping pong tables in the locker room.
Yep. They're not fooling around.
No more basketball.
He looked at this and said, guys, we're not here to be a fucking family. We're here to win some football games.
Yeah.
If you're not here for that, hit the road. We'll get some guys who want to come win, and we'll get the guys who want a ring on their finger. And, you know, I respect that. To take all the fun and all the livelihood, you could call it, out of your team in the middle of a season and basically say, like, look, I got to take it away from you as if they're your kid to get you to realize this is something real, this is your
Get
job.
them to wake up. Yeah.
Then so be it. That's how I know you're serious about football. Whereas with the Chiefs, and I'm not just saying this as I'm hearing it from Nick Wright, I'm hearing this from everyone. Chiefs fans, viewers, consumers, professional media outlets on the TV. I'm hearing that because simply Mahomes and Andy Reid are there, that it's a given that they're going to win. No.
Nope.
This is the National Football League. And as Dom said, you never know what team you're going to get on any given Sunday. And if I'm putting my bets on any team right now that's going to make a run, that you need to respect and show up to the game with a good game plan, it is the Baltimore Ravens, not the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are exploited week in and week out. We know the weaknesses. It's can you come up, play clean football, kind of play to the officiating side. I mean, you kind of got to figure out where they're throwing the flags and kind of switch your game plan around that.
The Chiefs are bad in their division so far, ranking-wise.
Awful.
Terrible.
Yeah, and not just that. If the Chiefs had won this past week, I absolutely would have.
It's a different
They'd
conversation.
still be in the
Different
same
conversation.
position, though.
I disagree because they just beat the Broncos,
Well,
which are.
but the Chargers lost. It wouldn't be pretty. Trust
Yeah.
me, it doesn't make the lane any more easier for us
the
to
Chargers
get there.
are
But
interesting.
I can't wait till the end of the season when Nick gets to have his little segment that we already have planned and we're cooking it up. So,
But
Charger
yeah,
fans, don't come
long
for the
story
last
short, I got the
episode.
Ravens for this one.
Same Ravens all the way.
Agree.
Yep.
Scenario number 2, we have quarterback controversies potentially. Scenario A, the Bengals show Joe Burrow the door, or the Cowboys send Dak out of town.
Got to stay consistent. It's got to be
We
Dak.
had this talk last week.
Exactly.
And I think me and you had this talk today off record. I think for sure, we all know that I've been behind the scenes viewing this headline ever since I read about the Burrow thing. But I will say this, taking these two options, it's easy. Dak Prescott will lead the Dallas Cowboys before the Bengals show Joe Burrow the door and trade.
We've already seen the Cowboys get rid of Micah Parsons, and who thought that was coming?
If you watch
Micah
America's
Parsons,
team,
apparently.
that's
Yeah.
history repeating itself.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker, peace out. But, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I mean, I can't
It's
stop
good.
talking about it. It was great. Nick's watching
good.
it now. Dom, I'm telling you, go watch it. It's beautiful.
You have to watch it.
But no, out of these two scenarios, I think I'd have to go Dak simply because with them
The
these
Bengals
two being
can't get
in
rid
the
of Joe
same-
Burrow.
yeah, you
They
can't.
can't. It's their future.
But, while we're on this, me and you kind of briefed this today. At least I did. I kind of grazed the topic. And Dom, jump in. Please feel free. If Dak is shown the door, because I said today, Jerry has moved everything around. Jerry's drafted receivers when they need linemen. Jerry's traded away Pro Bowl people when they need to retain those people. The one person that's been the most consistent piece of this Cowboys team for the last 7 years has been Dakota Prescott. So my question to you is, at what point do we finally eliminate the consistent piece to see if that's the revolving thing that needs to leave? And if so, what makes the most sense and where could Dak land? I mean, we talk about this every few years when his major contract comes up, but I think it's worth talking about even right now.
The Green Bay Packers.
Whoa.
That's not what I was going to say.
Wow, that's some drama.
Go for that one.
Oh
So-
my God, please elaborate.
So, last year, we did a segment that was
Pinch myself, see if I'm
hot
dreaming.
seat quarterbacks. And it was, what quarterbacks do we think need to show up this year and do what they need to do to keep their jobs? And Jordan Love was one of them. And what we're seeing this year is exactly what we were afraid of, and that is the inconsistencies in not playing to his game in
I
every
can't say
play.
he's not even wrong.
I predicted it.
He's not
And
even wrong.
if that's the case, I said, well, maybe Green Bay will move on from him because he's not getting it done.
But
And if that's the case,
but
the Cowboys just gave Micah Parsons one of
But-
their biggest guys to him.
but whoa, but do we see the Packers even have the capital and money to afford this. And two,
If somebody takes on
They would need
Jordan
to
Love's
both have the
contract.
money to
And
trade
two-
Jordan Love and take on Dak
and two,
Prescott.
hold on. Well, there's another key factor here. Can Jerry sleep at night knowing he gave another player to a
Yeah.
NFC
Yes, he can.
rival?
Yes, he can.
I mean, that money, that pillow is nice.
He knows
But
he's on. He's
he'll
on
he'll
his
put a
way
poison
out.
pill in
But
there
I'm
somewhere.
just saying,
Oh, yeah.
the Packers. Whoa, lights changing. The Packers are not
Seahawks
the move.
colors.
That's not the colors I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers are not the team I would have thought. It's interesting. I actually want to hear what the people have to say about that. But Nick, did you have any on the top of your mind?
The Atlanta Falcons.
Ooh.
Michael
That-
Penix might not come back and be himself. Kirk Cousins is irrelevant at this point.
Kirk
I
Cousins retire while you
think
can.
Dak Prescott would fit in perfectly with
I
Drake London,
like
Kyle
that.
Pitts.
I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
Darnell
see it.
Mooney,
Totally.
Bijan.
I said that, I don't
But
think Aaron
but
Glenn.
Atlanta also thought Kirk Cousins would fit in perfectly
That's a
there.
totally different situation. A
How so?
37-year-old coming off of a torn Achilles versus Dak Prescott, who plays pretty good football.
I'd say he's pretty
every year.
mobile. He's pretty
Yeah.
mobile, too.
He's had some injuries himself, though. We all saw when his ankle
Yeah,
was
but
broke
going
his
not-
ankle,
somewhere.
but
he's
has
not
he shown any
37 with a
signs
torn
back?
Achilles.
I mean,
Yeah.
I see that guy run headfirst still to this day, and he bounces right back up.
He looks just like he did before the
Actually,
injury.
I was gonna say he looks, if not more aggressive,
yeah.
prior to the injury. Yeah, this year specifically, I've actually been pleased with what I've seen from Dak. The team that I mentioned to Nick today over text, and even last year in the offseason, the Jets. I feel that Aaron Glenn is not a guy who wants a rookie quarterback. I don't think that yet he's sold on the idea of getting a young kid and building
Trying to
him from the
develop him,
ground
yeah.
up. I think he'd rather spend those capital on bona fide proven players both in the league and coming up in the draft and go get another guy like he thought he was going to get out of Justin Fields, but really do it with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I think the Jets, I
Garrett
don't know,
Wilson
there's
would love
something
it.
about it. There's something about the Jets and Dak that I can't get my mind off of. Again, these are all very hypotheticals, but it's something that's worth talking about.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
For our next scenario, we have the MVP race. Option 1, Jonathan Taylor becomes the first running back since Adrian Peterson to win the award, or JSN becomes the first ever wide receiver to win the award. What would that mean for the
Or
league?
do you want this?
This one's tough for me because I don't think either of these are going to happen. Because I think JSN lands the offensive player of the year spot. I don't see him being the MVP, especially with how well Sam Darnold's played this year. And with Jonathan Taylor being the case, if Saquon didn't win it last year, there's no way Jonathan Taylor wins it this year.
So I find that a little hard to believe, so I guess I'm going to differ from you a little bit, only because this isn't the first time we've seen JT do this. And this is a
Well, yeah,
complete
you go back to
takeover
2020 or 2021, he was
Exactly.
absolutely phenomenal. But why? Because the Colts had one of the best O-lines ever.
Yeah, but
in
is
those
their
years.
offensive line nearly as... I mean, Quentin Nelson's old now. I mean, I don't think
He's
they're
not
nearly
playing
as
as well as he
powerful as
used
they
to.
were. I
Yeah.
think... I mean, a lot of the runs that I see from Jonathan Taylor that actually go for things are off of contact and plays that should be blown
And
up.
what's different in Indianapolis? Danny Dimes arrived. You have a pass game now.
But I think that's the very argument, is he's doing it again with quarterbacks that... we don't know that Danny Dimes is that guy yet. We don't.
I
Because
think
you
it's
have-
only with confidence.
Because you have the best
For sure.
running back in the NFL. You've got good receivers. You've got a competent defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it really comes down to identifying where the points are coming from. I mean, when your running back scoring you 2 to 3 touchdowns a week, I mean, it's easy to kind of pinpoint that. And I think, there's no knock at JSN, but I think a receiver winning the MVP award, I think if the Hawks were undefeated right now, we're looking at something that we did not expect a year ago. I mean, the untalkable. If they're 10 and 11 and 0 right now, I think maybe we talk about this. But I think because you've had the 3 losses, I think because we saw Sam Darnold succeed last year on another team, JSN gets knocked down a level, and I think it's a little bit harder for a receiver to win this award. That's why out of these two scenarios, I would have to go Jonathan Taylor winning the MVP
I just
race.
think you also have the argument that last year.
I mean, we're in week 11 or 12, and he's already got 1,200 rushing yards.
yeah,
So
17 touchdowns, I think.
it might not be 1,200, but it's close,
Yeah.
if not already.
He has more touchdowns now than Saquon did all last year, I think. That's unbelievable.
And that's, like I said, there's not a knock at JSN. I mean, he's having
Well, stats don't tell the whole story.
unbelievable story or season rather.
Yeah.
But I'd have to go JT out of this scenario.
100%.
Mm.
I agree. Next scenario. Potential beginnings of a dynasty. Option A, the Eagles win back-to-back Super Bowls. Or B, the Rams get their second in 5 seasons. Which is more likely?
The Rams.
I was going to say, I'm going to go purely based off of trends. A lot of these teams that come off of Super Bowl wins, and even with the winning records, there's something that always happens that knocks them off the horse. And, I mean, we've learned in the NFL, if it's happened in the past, it'll happen again. It's just when does it strike you? And I think the Eagles have known from any other team that in order to win it again, it's going to take some time. Even with Howie Roseman at the helm, even with all the trades they can make, there's too much controversy between, one, the receiver and quarterback room with A.J. Brown and all the drama. Now it's extended to the front office to A.J. Brown and them asking him to basically limit his talking online with his hobbies. And then you have the defense that is just, they've been good. Don't get me wrong, they've
Not
been
what
great,
they were last year.
but they are nowhere near what they were last year. So for these reasons, and as I've said earlier, I'm going to stay consistent with my takes. The Rams are a team to be taken serious, a team to respect, and I think that I could see them more winning a Super Bowl more likely this season than watching the Eagles go back-to-back.
I disagree.
Wow.
I think if and when A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts and the Eagles get on the same page,
Which they won't.
So it's not if
They
so
might.
it's not will they, it's if and when. You know
If
it's
and when.
happening
Oh,
at
it's
some
gonna
point.
happen.
Okay.
they're going to throw money at him is what's going to happen.
Well,
All
if
problems
those
are
refs keep
fixed
on
with
getting paid
cash.
off.
And once that happens, they're right back to where they were last year.
Do you think that's the only component that's holding them back right now is the miscommunications between the
I do.
receiver and Jalen?
I
I
could
do.
not disagree more, but I'm with Gabe on this one.
Okay.
I mean,
That's fair.
It's fair. We got to agree to disagree here.
Fair enough. Option 5, near and
Wow.
dear to Dom's heart.
Wow.
Who gets the bling first? The battle of the rejects. Sam Darnold completes his comeback arc by leading the Seahawks to their second ever championship. Or B, Baker Mayfield writes off the haters and sends Mike Evans off into the sunset with a second ring.
Do you want me to take it first?
No,
Okay.
I want to go first.
All right.
And I think this. Obviously, you have to pick Baker Mayfield here. You can't not pick Baker here. And it's because one reason. Baker has been consistently with the Bucs since 2023. And he's just had more time on the same team to develop. Sam Darnold's first season with the Seahawks was only on the Vikings last year. Obviously, both have come from the Panthers where, Baker Mayfield was lining up on the scout
They were
team
teammates, yeah.
line. And it was
It was bad.
Both
That was
of- both-
terrible.
That's a
Both
nice way of putting it.
of these stories are complete turnarounds, and they're heartwarming in a way to look at both these quarterbacks
They're great. Sure,
rebuild
for
their
football.
career and build to be starting quarterbacks that are highly looked at upon the team. But Baker plays a different level of mobile football that Sam Darnold doesn't offer to the Seahawks, and that's just I'm going to put my head down and run you over and then still stand
Never
up and
die
talk
mentality.
shit after the play.
Yeah, never die mentality.
And I'm not putting Sam Darnold down anyway. He's more of a
they're
pocket
different
passer
quarterbacks.
quarterback.
They're different quarterbacks.
And completely different play styles.
That's what sets them
But
apart.
I have to pick Baker because he's had more time to develop in Tampa and more time to put his stake in and just make a difference there. So I have to pick Baker on this.
I'm glad we differed. I have the same pick, different reason. Not the difference in quarterback play, not the experience. Actually, experience is the exact pinpoint. And it's not how long he's been on the team. It's not the style of play that gets me. Where I pick Baker Mayfield, where he writes off the haters, and he goes and wins the Bucs another championship, is simply because the core of this team, the unit, the heart of this Bucs team, has been there no less than 5 years ago. This team knows what it takes to go win a championship in Levante David, in Todd Bowles, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
So
the
you're saying
offensive
he has a
line.
supporting cast
I
around him
think
that
the
knows?
guys around him know what it takes, and that's enough to propel your above-average quarterback.
Absolutely.
I think that simply in itself propels them a little bit more than the Seahawks, who are more successful and have put up better numbers this season. So those are my reasons.
Well-
Same pick, different thing. And I'm glad we differed a little bit. I'm glad that we didn't go the exact same route.
Yeah.
But I think it's the guys around Baker that give him the
Which
opportunity.
is a huge argument. It's you're talking about the youngest offense in the league, the cheapest offense. This offense was just strung together this
You can
offseason.
disagree with me. I think that the best experience is the best way to get to Super Bowl is Super Bowl experience. If you've been there, you know more better than anyone. I don't care how good at football you are.
You have that
if you've
DNA
been
now.
there, that's why I was
Absolutely.
okay with trading 2 firsts for Sean. Has he been there? Hasn't been 15 years since he's been there? Yeah, but he's been there. So I know somewhere in that heart, somewhere in that brain, he knows what it
remembers.
takes to get
Yeah.
there. He's had a taste of it, not only getting there but winning it. And that in itself is what sets him apart from the 31 other coaches in the league. And I think in this specific example is what sets him apart, specifically speaking about Baker Mayfield and the Bucs and Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. But yeah.
Yeah. Number 6, the toilet bowl battle inspired by this week's matchup. The Browns obtain the number 1 overall pick. Or Pete Carroll and the Raiders kick off their new rebuild with the top pick. in the 2026 NFL
I mean,
draft.
after what I've been seeing and Gino's been saying at the presser, I kind of go with the Raiders on this one.
He's honest now. He just accepts it.
He just knows he sucks, and his team around him sucks.
Embrace the
and Ashton
suck.
Genty had 7 carries and 6 yards or something
Throw
like
that right there on the ground. That's fine.
And I caught it. I caught it.
But-
Just like Edelman in the Super Bowl.
There you
Um,
go.
No,
Not a Hall of Famer.
we said it all the time in the beginning, not the beginning stages, but the earlier stages of the Broncos' last decade of failing. Embrace the suck. In order to fix it, you've got to embrace it and understand it.
And we did not, and we had a mid-pick every single year.
Every
and we
year.
blew every single one of
15
them
to
other than
18,
Garrett
yeah.
Bowles.
So I'm gonna stay consistent with my pick if my memory is right, but we all know how my memory can be. I'm actually gonna say that the Browns
forgot what he said.
beat the Raiders, giving them the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft.
Yeah.
I don't care what the Raiders defense consists of. The team as a whole is lackluster, and I think they're losing belief in each other and in the coaching staff. And
Going
that's
quick.
all it takes to fall apart, even with a shitty team doing it. And I think what will exploit them the most is simply Myles Garrett.
Exactly.
He will attack Ashton Genty, who finished with 7 yards last
Bingo.
night, and he will attack Geno Smith, who has quite literally come out and said, I'm terrible at football, basically. So for those reasons,
That
Bench
really
me,
makes you
please.
feel confident.
so
in
for
your
those
players.
reasons, Las Vegas, you are now on the clock. You've got about 4 months. Let's
Your
get,
dog
let's get in the
owns
draft
your
room.
homework. Blame me.
That was a good
Kid
little
doesn't go to
transition
school
right there.
tomorrow?
I'm glad I came up with that. Las Vegas, you
cooked
are
on
on
that
the
one.
clock. Let's go.
There you go.
You've got 3 months and counting, 4 months.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, actually. I could be wrong. You got plenty of time. Get in the draft room. Start watching.
These next two scenarios are a little different. Not so player and team centric.
Mm.
Number 7, league expansion. The NFL introduces the 2 first international teams in history, or the NFL shakes up the league by making new divisions and shaking up the conferences to keep the league fresh.
I really hope it's A. I don't like either of these, but I hope if one of them has to be true, it's A.
If there's anything we know about Roger Goodell, the change that he implements typically doesn't have to do or taint his current work. So I don't think he'll rearrange simply because I think he
He doesn't want to break tradition.
Similar to Jerry Jones, he wants to keep everything he's worked for, and like you just said, tradition's everything.
You got to keep tradition because we just argued this point earlier. It's the rivalries that come with it. Those
Exactly.
teams have been playing each other for
Exactly.
50 years. You got to
So,
keep that.
You can't destroy the NFC North with the Packers, Lions, and Bears.
Yeah.
And not only
You can't
that,
get
we're
rid of that.
making the NFL international games more of a must.
A regular thing. Yeah.
It's becoming corporate feel. Like this is implemented into football, and whether
They're
you like it or
checking
not,
boxes.
it's irregular. Yeah. And you can tell there's an international presence. And the poor Jags, man, you're the most traveled team, and I think they would love for Option A to be a reality because then maybe they get to sit back in America for a little bit more than
You know what?
4 weeks out of the season.
I don't like
traveling.
all these international games, and it's not because I'm like
I want football to
everything
be
to be in
loved
America.
globally. Trust me.
No, 100%.
But
But you know
imagine the
what?
toll on
I
those
wanted to go
players.
watch my Broncos play the Jets this year,
In
and
New
I couldn't
York,
because
yeah.
they sent them off to London.
Yep. Well, I mean, part of that's Sean Payton. He accepted that game, but still. I know what
Yeah,
you're saying.
but
Well, if you look at the positives of the international teams, it makes the
love that we're
bond of
doing this.
football
Yeah.
harder to break because we'll get into it in the next question.
It's great for us because now this goes across the pond, and
Yeah.
we can hope and eventually see statistically and analytically that we don't have to be stuck to only the American people.
Yeah.
This is going beyond the seas. This is going to.
I mean, we
to
already
reach people
have
globally.
the NFL International program. That's how we get Jordan Mailata, Jeremy
Mm-hmm.
Crawshaw.
Actually, it's interesting because when me and Dom used to, I don't as much anymore now that he's logged into the account, but when I used to watch the statistics weekly on the Spotify account specifically, we had about 3% that were not in North America.
Yeah.
So that in itself speaks for it. It's more than football. It's become a media thing within
Yeah.
sports. So it is beautiful. Before we move on, I was talking to Nick about this yesterday. I was actually informed by Maddie's dad a couple weeks ago. Dom, I think this is a piece of information that you need to know. And if you didn't know it, or if you did know it, then I guess I'm behind. But I'm here willing to admit that I didn't, and I'm shocked, and I'm glad I now know. Did you know that the Seattle Seahawks were once a part of the AFC West, and it was a 5-team division?
I
You
did
were a
not know
part of
that.
the Broncos
didn't know that
division.
either?
I did not know
I know
that.
Yeah.
ball. I did know that. I know
Really?
ball. Yeah.
I was when he like the smile you have right now. It's crazy to think
Division
that
rivals.
us three
Yeah.
guys are not only one became friends, two sitting here have all come from different backgrounds. How I came from another state. Now I have a show. You're a Seahawks fan. We're Broncos fans. We argue week in and week out and still share this bond. And you were once in our very division.
Wow, that would have been a hell of a matchup going against you guys.
I
wish.
I want.
Bro, watching Sam Darnold carve
I think
your
a lot of our
defense up would be
First
so
time we have a
fun.
football Sunday where we play each other, it's
my
gonna be
God,
it's a
no.
war
We're
zone.
live streaming the game. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be bad.
can't live stream that
These
game.
signs will no longer be hung.
This room will be destroyed.
Yeah.
There will be no more turf talk.
podcast may
The
be
band
retired.
will break up.
This table, it will be going through like
I
its
think I will end
TLC
up strangling one of
table
you
ladders
guys.
chairs. We will do the triple power bomb to Dom through the table.
Be the John Cena body slam.
It's called the attitude
the Dudley
adjustment.
boys. That's what
Oh
we'll
my
do.
God, Devon, get the
Get the
Dude, I'll get the
tables.
tables for you, Nick.
Do it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, Dom, I had to share that. I wanted to wait. I knew 2 weeks ago, but I wanted to wait till Nick get back to share it. But I needed to let you know that we were once all in the same division. I think that's badass.
Yeah.
It's weird how this all comes full circle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to share that before we move on to the last one.
For our last scenario, the No Fun League. The NFL, fearing backlash over increasing concussions, bans tackling pads and helmets, and switches the league to flag football. Or B, the NFL introduces a regular season tournament trophy, similar to the NBA's in-season tournament, to end teams resting starters in the last week of the season with their seating already set.
I'd hate for either of these to happen, but I'd have
B
to go
would
B.
never happen. B would be so for real. B would never happen.
But I'd
It
rather
would be-
go. Do you want
I
to watch
wish
flag football?
I fucking wish B would happen.
Yeah, I don't want to watch.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be A,
No.
and that's where the
Once A happens, I'm done.
yeah, that's where the league's
I'm
going.
I'm moving to UFC only. I'm sorry.
CFL, baby.
I mean, with the introduction
UFL
for
better be around.
the hip
Renegades
drop
better still be
flag
playing tackle.
and I mean, defenseless receiver blocks in the backs. Those I understand. Those are just those are good calls. But hip drop tackles, I don't agree with.
You
And-
can't expect a player to just stop the momentum of their weight.
Exactly, and
But-
unnecessary
but
roughness,
I said this last
especially.
week. But I said this last week because of the J.K. Dobbins thing. If you're going to make it a penalty, it better be consistently called and
Yes.
officiated.
Exactly,
Because then
yeah.
if it's not, then I want it gone. Just let the injury happen without any
Yeah.
argument or appeal or court or anything after the fact. But yeah, no, I pray for option B. But Dom is right. Option A is more likely in our future than we think, unfortunately. The No Fun League is around the corner, I fear.
Here we are. Pro Bowl's already made it.
Hey, I'm working that now.
Yeah, I heard.
That got added to
Yep.
the week of the. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't
Good
wait.
luck.
Good luck is right.
You'll be playing.
Please.
Your all-time quarterback.
There
I'll
you go.
In. I'll step in.
Gabe Dowd.
I act like it's my documentary. I'll
QB1.
walk up on the field and look at the thing all in slow motion. Be like, wow, this is me. I'm about to win a ring.
About to hit
Throws
the
a
Mac
pick
Jones
immediately.
and hit the gritty into
Don't
the
say
end
that.
zone.
I'll hit the gritty, all right. Shit, I'll do a log roll through the
Yeah,
end
do
zone.
the 60-yard gritty. In the end
Yeah,
zone.
yeah,
Like Mac Jones did.
yeah.
All right, boys. This is Chainlink NFL Edition. For those of you who don't know Chainlink, we give you the first word and the first letter of the following word, hopefully guiding you into that, and hopefully you'll get them in the least amount of guess possible. Are we clear?
Yes.
All right. Nick, unfortunately, has assumed the first three, so Nick's not going to participate for the first three. Dom, you're on your own for those. Are we ready?
Ready?
NFL Chainlink NFL Edition. Here we go. Your first word is yellow. Next word starts with an F.
Flag.
Yes. Yellow flag, and then what's the next one? Flag.
Good segue.
It's definitely a penalty. But
Come on, Dom. I'm trying to believe in you. Remember, at least guess as possible. Think of penalties. What one starts with an F if that's the route you're going to
that's what I'm trying to think of. But
Exactly.
I'm not thinking.
Be Sam Darnold and pivot. Just don't throw the pick.
And it's intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
I'm so confused. How does this have to do with a flag?
It's a continuous chain. Flag starts with an F. Wow.
I
Think
don't know.
about the conversation we were
We
just
were just
having.
having.
I'm clueless. I don't know.
I can tell
Just
Nick
scroll
got it.
back up.
No, Nick. How about you do it? Put the cherry on.
Want me
for
to do it?
Yeah.
Flag football.
Yes, sir. All right.
Oh.
Now Nick's joining in. Football starts with an H.
I think I know it. Do you want me to say it?
Dom, do you
Do
have
you
any
want him to do
ideas?
Say it.
Helmet.
Yes. Helmet starts with a C.
I think I know it.
All right, Dom, you got to get one of these. Come on.
Jeez.
Man, this is
Now,
easy.
does that have something to do with a helmet now?
It's just getting you the next thing. It's a phrase that makes
It's the
sense continuously.
helmet is the first word of the next thing.
Yeah. It's a chain.
Thinking like chin straps coming to mind.
I mean, that's not the right guess, but I respect it. Nick?
Catch.
Yes. Catch?
This one I don't know.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Yes,
Okay.
Dom, cooking. Touchdown starts with a C.
Celebration.
Yes. Dom,
There you
finished
go.
it off. There you go. That was good teamwork. I wish I threw in more in there. I didn't know that Nick, when I put him on the set today, was going to look at
He's
the
gonna
I
cheat.
didn't realize I was just gonna bang them out like that.
Yeah, so what you're going to see on the clip or whatever forum you see this on is what they saw on the doc. Nick immediately looks at me and goes, I know the first three. And I'm like, damn it.
Once I understood
but
what was happening, then
You started again.
this
Yeah.
segment's coming back. We're bringing this back.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's good.
2 weeks. It was good. But no, that's the practice. So now you're warmed up. But that's just to keep the episode moving along. So that was a little break up in the pace. That was NFL Challenge Edition. So stay tuned because we will be bringing it back and we will have more ready.
Who's
prepared.
Jack's son?
All right. Wait, what? Where am I looking? Oh, Tom. You
spelled your own player's
player
name wrong.
All right, this is the end of season awards prediction. We didn't exactly do it in the middle of the season, and I wasn't going to do it the last week or the week before because Nick wasn't with us to do it. So now we're giving you our end of season award predictions. Dom, kick us off. MVP. Who you got?
Matt Stafford.
I guess I'll follow you. Same here. Simple. It's Matthew Stafford. He's leading his team. Nick differs.
Nick only wants the running back to win if it's not Saquon.
Whoa!
Barkley.
Can you let him say it first?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor's having a better year this year than Saquon did last year.
Okay, cool. No one cares. Matthew Stafford is MVP.
But
You should
you
care.
can't say that because that invalidates everything we said last season.
Yeah. All your arguments your own arguments just went out the window.
I
A
do
year
agree.
worth.
I do agree, but I think Matt Stafford's playing. He's thrown like 22 touchdown passes with no interceptions. You can't.
Jonathan
mirror
Taylor
that.
has 17 rushing touchdowns
And
Yeah,
already
but
over 1,200
in week
rushing
11.
yards.
You can argue that the
With a bye
quarterback
week.
touches the ball every play. He's got the biggest impact on the team. If you're taking care of the ball,
But
like
everyone
Matt
was saying
Stafford
Danny
is-
Dimes was the guy. But if Jonathan Taylor has the ball in his hands every
If
time,
you
then how
take
can we say
Daniel
Danny
Jones
Dimes-
Daniel
away-
Jones is also playing phenomenally. Now, you could, as I argued last year, you could say because of how the pass game and play action plays open up the pass game because of Jonathan Taylor's impact. That is very plausible. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I believe that Matt Stafford has played at a level that we have not seen in a while. And
Don't get me wrong, Matt Stafford is unbelievable, and I could very well see him winning this award. But I don't think there's another player in the NFL other than Myles Garrett playing at the level Jonathan Taylor is playing at right now. And I don't think anybody can argue that.
So, full disclosure, I liked JT as the pick. I simply want Stafford to differ from Nick, not knowing me and Dom were going to pick the same guy.
Fair enough.
But my two leading guys in the race are Matthew Stafford
well,
and
that
Jonathan
leads you
Taylor.
into the next one, the Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year, I went with Jonathan Taylor, and this really hurt me because I wanted to put JSN here because I think JSN has to be on this list no matter what, which thank God my two boys picked two for Offensive Player of the Year.
Jackson Smith, the
JSN.
Jigba.
There you go. He's got to be up there.
Franchise record holder currently.
This
leading in
season
receiving
cannot
yards.
go without some sort of award for him.
I don't care if he gets his own award. If it's the JSN award, it's got to be him.
Absolutely.
Oh, well,
He might win Catch of the Year.
Which
the
one?
very
Which
least.
time? There's been so many.
And Randy Moss style.
You got the one-handed one. I mean, dude, Dom's got the sticker on the back of his thing. That in
Yeah,
itself
new
right there is
stickers.
a
Yeah, he's got
posterizing
stickers up
moment.
now.
Yeah.
But JSN's just been on a run this year.
Yeah.
All right, Defensive Player of the Year. Dom, you're putting a smile on my face. Who do you got?
Nick Bonito for consistency.
Even with the lack of sacks in the last four
Doesn't
games,
matter.
you
It's
still
the
have him.
pressure and the uneasiness you add to the quarterback's life, and that's
So you're
why
going
Sam
off of
Darnold played so
impact,
bad.
not
That's why
numbers.
Patrick Mahomes played so bad. Absolutely.
Awesome.
You
I love
cannot
it.
ignore those.
I
I
love
love
it.
it, but I think there's a guy having a
I
bigger
think it's
impact
more
all
realistic
around.
with me and Nick's pick. Nick, who do we get?
Myles Garrett.
That's who we both went with.
He's had
Two
four
back-to-back
sacks,
weeks. It's
four
just-
plus sacks in two different games this year.
Yeah.
He's
I
already got
would
14.
if the Browns had a defense that was competent.
You can't blame that on him. He's the defensive
I
player,
don't.
not the
I
defensive
don't.
team
I
of the
don't.
year.
I don't. But
He's Myles Garrett.
defensive player of the year will lead your defense to a successful year, and that's what Nick Bonito's done with the Broncos. defense.
Myles
That-
Garrett
that
is the
what
first-
PS2 did last year.
Myles
Yeah.
Garrett is the first player ever to have 12 plus sacks in 3 straight seasons.
Good for him.
Yeah, it is good for him. That's why he's the defensive player of the year.
All right, Coach of the Year. Dom differed from me
Mike
and Nick.
Wow,
McDonald.
this isn't biased at all.
Who'd you pick again?
I picked Mike McDonald.
And why?
I picked Mike McDonald because in his first year as a head coach last year, he led his team to 10-7.
Yeah,
with
and you
Geno
picked him
Smith at
last
the
year
helm.
too, and he didn't win it.
No, he picked Dan Quinn last year.
Yeah,
I could have sworn that that was
No.
his second option.
No, I
Both
picked
of us
Dan
picked
Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Argued,
Yeah.
I could have sworn he argued for it, but
Yeah. I argued a case, but it
argued
was
a case where that
without
might
doubt,
have been what
yeah.
it was,
And with Dan Quinn and
Dan Quinn ain't winning
He got
this
screwed
year.
over.
yeah,
He got screwed over.
yeah.
Fired.
I think I mostly did this honestly
Come to
just to
Denver.
differ from you guys to put
Okay.
some different points out there. I can make a case for Mike McDonald. Defense went from nowhere to somewhere in
Well, the
literally
first
a
argument is
year.
what you say every week: youngest, cheapest offense.
Exactly, and producing the best some of the best numbers in the league.
Moneyball's a documentary for a reason.
Yeah, sure.
Me and Nick, on the other hand, what do you mean? Sure, that's true. That's a
I know,
given. You
I
don't
know.
got to spend money to be successful.
Exactly. Not in the Seahawks though.
But for me and Nick's selection of coach of the year, we went Mike Vrabel of the 9-2 Patriots, who have come out looking like a different kind of. This team is out to be
That's
reckoned with. I mean,
total 180 from last year.
Total 180 from the first 2 weeks. They lost to the Raiders week 1.
That's true.
And now
That's wild.
And
Yeah.
now I can honestly sit here and say that if we played them, I would be a little nervous.
We wouldn't win.
You don't know that. You don't know that because Dom just said it. Nick Benito is the one guy that keeps us in with every game, no matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah,
You're
unless
playing.
he's getting put in a headlock and the refs are like, oh.
That's true, but you can't.
You're not playing the Eagles or the Chiefs, so don't worry.
I'm going to ask you that in a second because you had a text that actually opened my eyes. Anyways, moving on to Offensive Rookie of the Year.
No other choice.
This was a tough one for me.
I see. I could have made an argument for Torrey Horton if
we
he's
say,
not
like,
been
it's a
hurt
pick?
for 3
Oh
weeks.
my
Oh, get out of
God.
here! What?
If he has not been, he was right.
Pat Bryant might as well win.
He was neck and neck with catches and touchdowns before he
Well,
got
can we
hurt.
give the people who it is across the board? Let's say it that way.
It's
like we're doing
Amika
picks.
Buka across the board.
Oh.
Screw you guys.
You,
I don't care.
you
I'm saying
messed it up.
I don't care.
We have like one time we can do that during the
We
pick'em,
have
so.
the whole pick'em. Oh,
Not this week.
Nope.
Not
Okay.
this week.
Moment's
Well, you read
gone.
it. Amika
That's
Buka is the Turf Talk Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Bonafide.
Bonafide.
There's no other option.
All right, this one's where I think it gets a little tricky. I want to know if you all struggled with this
Gabe,
as well
I hate
as I
your
did.
pick.
yeah,
But
me too.
For
it's
Defensive
terrible.
Rookie of the Year, Dominic, you guys went Jahad Campbell. I went Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter has played terribly. He
So
got benched.
I
Yeah.
had to quite literally look at this and be like, it was either the guy from the Browns, I can't remember his name, he's a middle linebacker,
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
or I had to go Jahad Campbell. And I figured you guys would go Jahad purely off of stats and impact to the team.
Yes.
And I was like, well,
That is what the award is for.
entertainment purposes, I do think Abdul Carter can be considered, I guess. I mean,
I don't believe he should because he's done absolutely nothing all year.
Yeah,
and I think this roots from the
I
beginning.
have barely
when he-
heard his name
when-
since
when-
he's been drafted.
This is
That's
the
not
guy
true.
who
That's
wanted
not true.
Lawrence Taylor's
I was
number,
gonna say that. I was just
and
gonna
he
say
has
that.
done nothing on the field.
Well, that's why they didn't give it up to him. He's wearing 51. Am I right?
He's wearing 11,
11. It's 11.
I
thought he was
think,
wearing
right?
51.
Or no, he's wearing 51.
51.
He wore 11 in college. I'm tripping.
He asked for 11.
Yeah.
Phil Simms told him
Phil
no.
Simms was like, nah, go
Yeah,
fuck
no,
yourself,
I
dude.
don't blame him. But no, I purely went out of this. And like I said, I'm not going to try and argue the case here because it's not easy to make. Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns are still.
He's being overshadowed by the guys on his team, which is fine because Brian Burns
that
is
only means good
unbelievable.
things.
So is Kayvon Thibodeau when he's healthy.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. But like I said, I'm not going to try and argue a case here. I had to differ it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I saw everywhere in every outlet was Jahad Campbell, and I'm like, God, I can't do it because I knew you guys were going to pick him. So I was like, whatever. But yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. For Comeback Player of the Year, again, a little tricky. There's not a lot of people coming back except one, so I think there's no debate for it. But, Dom, you're going to debate us. Me and Nick went Aiden Hutchinson.
I had to be
Why
different.
did you go Jonathan Taylor?
Because Jonathan Taylor was good 5 years ago, as we said, and now he's back to his former self again.
What is he coming back from?
Being terrible.
Throw Sam Darnold in there then.
Might as well.
Baker Mayfield.
No.
What do you mean? No, Daniel Jones might as well win it.
Yeah, it's
That's
possible.
a good case. That's,
That's
a more
good
case than
case,
Jonathan Taylor.
Didn't the NFL say they are now all not able to win the award? They're out of the criteria, like because they didn't come back from any.
That's what I'm saying. There's no hardship,
Actual
injury,
career
or
setback.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, Chiefs fans are like, well, Rashid Rice should be considered then.
No.
He posted on his Instagram like he was coming back from something. You came back from should have gone to jail. Is what you came
Yeah.
back from. He posted a hype video
He got
like
lucky.
like he tore his ACL and was like making the all-time comeback.
When I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. But
Probably a good thing. Is that all?
Aiden Hutchinson, I
There
don't
we go.
really think there's a case to be made.
There
He
is none.
came back and looks the same as he did. He's not on the same pace he was last
still
year.
is intense,
but
though.
he is arguably the most impactful player in the league. Still,
to this, yeah, very second.
with his
Yeah.
leg snapped on like 18 different pieces.
It was disgusting. It
I
was
don't
terrible.
think there's a case to be made for anybody else.
I'd still trade a first-round pick to get him on any defense. if I
I'd
was-
trade 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's that good. All right. Week 11 one-liners. So if you were a listener and your favorite team did not get the deep analysis this week, don't worry. Me and Dom got you with week one-liners with Dom. Kicking us off, we got the Jets and Patriots, in which the Patriots took the dub on Thursday Night Football in the NFL rivalry uniforms, winning 27-14.
Justin Fields has a hot date with the bench.
You would be right. Commanders versus Dolphins. Dolphins, second week in a row, get the dub 16-14.
Dolphins are the comeback team of the year.
Wow.
They threatened Mike McDaniel with his job, and now he's
Yeah, he's like, oh, I gotta get my stuff.
And
together.
now the players are rolling around the locker room in carts to celebrate their
yeah,
wins.
yeah.
The laundry baskets. Packers versus Giants. Packers get the dub 27-20 in a rather closer game than I anticipated.
Are the Packers frauds?
Nick?
Jordan Love might be.
Jordan Love might be there. You heard it here. Texans versus Titans. Texans win 16-13.
Davis Mills is going to the Super Bowl.
His own Super Bowl
So
at home.
true.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Super Bowl at home with a bowl of food in front of him. That's his Super Bowl. Panthers versus Falcons. Bryce Young, game of his career thus far. Panthers get the win 30-27.
The Falcons are actually terrible.
I think you could be. That's actually nice. That's being nice.
Yeah, that's being
They
nice.
need Dak Prescott to turn them around.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Bears versus Vikings. Bears go in and get their third or fourth straight win, 19-17.
And the Vikings are bottom 10, and J.J. McCarthy's exactly what I said he would be. Terrible.
Unfortunately.
So how'd that comeback almost happen then?
We'll come back.
What do you mean what comeback?
He didn't win. There was no comeback if he didn't win.
That's
Yeah, but
why
he
I
was on
said
the
almost.
It doesn't count. Almost doesn't count.
Okay. Chargers versus Jags. Jags surprised the world with a 35-6 victory. Oh, come on.
Sam Darnold is better than Justin Herbert.
He just needed a second to plug his guy. That's all he needed. This is reassurance.
Nick, do you agree?
Sam Darnold finished with 4 interceptions and Justin Herbert finished with 80 passing yards.
I agree.
I think we should ship them both out of the league. This is monumental.
There you go. You're here
This
first.
is monumental. That's got to be the
Wait, what the
fucking
fuck
cover.
did you just say? You gotta ship them both out of the league. The fuck?
One finished with 4 receptions, one finished with 80 passing yards.
Yep.
Ship them out.
Bo Nix,
I'm
you're
down.
going to China.
What did
Bo
Bo
Nix
Nix
get
do?
involved?
295 passing yards and a win with 0
Sucked
picks thrown.
butt against the
He
Raiders.
didn't suck, but he won.
Barely.
He won.
Barely.
He won.
Barely.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a win.
I don't care. Move on.
You barely won too. You lost.
Barely.
You fully
I
got the
barely
shit job
lost.
done. All right. Bengals versus Steelers. Steelers, even with A-Rod fracturing the wrist, get the win 34-12.
It's the young comeback game 2.0.
The Unk Bowl did not live up to the expectations the first game set.
No, it did not.
The uncomeback game, mind you, he is pushing to play this week. He does not need surgery and he wants to play.
Yeah.
He wants to go against Chicago. One
I think
last time.
I think he wants to take that one last hit.
This
and
is
say
the
he's
Aaron
retired.
Rodgers revenge tour.
Miles Garrett
Oh,
is about to
come
snap
on.
him in half.
What is this? His Saturday night
Farewell
main
tour,
event?
yeah.
This is farewell tour.
Oh, wait.
The last time.
He just so happens to be
Is it
playing
the
against
Chicago
the NFC North.
Bears or the Chicago Browns? It's the Chicago Bears, right? I'm having a brain fart moment. Hold on.
You were not looking that up.
It's the Browns.
Okay, I was right. I'm reminding myself.
You watch sports?
Yeah.
Here's my one-liner for Dom for week 11. You've got no ball
It's the
knowledge.
Chicago Bears, dude.
Ball knowledge. Oh.
Your own fuck, dude. Dom.
My bad.
This man left the country and came back still knowing the same shit. You stayed in the country and somehow lost more knowledge. He didn't watch football last week. And
Slow
still
day in the
maintained
office.
I watched football. I sat through our entire
Go with it,
game
go with it, go
against
with it,
the
go with it. You
Raiders.
didn't watch any football.
Okay, I didn't watch a single snap.
Exactly. 49ers versus the Cardinal. Niners
I
get the
watched
dub.
Trump call the game.
That was monumental too.
Cardinals are actually ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacoby Brissett, record holder.
Yep. There you go.
NFL Hall of Famer.
His kids will be proud.
Yep.
Oh, God.
All right. Ravens versus Browns. Ravens somehow sneak away with the dub 23-16. Should have been a little bit of a further game.
And are the Ravens top 15 again? I think so.
They've got to be.
Easy.
They're on the come up. They're on
Easy.
the come up. Lions versus Eagles. Eagles sneak away with the dub 16-9. I don't know. Dom, let us know.
Every ref's favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles.
But what's your one-liner?
Eagles are the new Chiefs.
There we go.
Yeah.
I appreciated that.
That was awesome. I loved every bit of that. And to finish off Week 11 on Monday Night Football, we had the Dallas Cowboys take on the Las Vegas Raiders, in which the Cowboys had a bye week, somehow winning 33-16.
Blame Gino.
You're not
Everyone.
wrong. Everyone blame him.
Everyone blame Gino.
Everyone blame Gino.
It's Gino's fault.
Let's make it a movement. Hashtag blame Gino.
If your kid doesn't go to school tomorrow, blame Gino.
Blame Gino. All right. That leads us into our Week 12 pick'ems, in which we kick the week off on Thursday Night Football with the Buffalo Bills heading into Houston to take on Davis Mill and the Texans, in which we went the Bills across the board. Boys, does it feel good to do that?
It's nice.
Second game of the week, we got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Kansas City
Nick,
Chiefs,
what the actual heck is wrong with you? Are you feeling okay today? Let me check
in
your
which me
temperature.
and Dom went the Colts. Nick, you went?
I went with the Chiefs
And why?
because their backs are against the wall. They know they need to
What's with his
win.
back been against walls?
Yeah, I know. It's like the 5th time I've heard that today.
They know they need to win, and I think they're going to pull it
Is
out.
this the new The Time Will Tell?
No, nothing replaces that.
That's true. I heard a lot of reporters say that this week with the Broncos, so it must be a recurring saying. All right. Well, you heard it here first.
Tough game
Nick's rooting
coming up
for the
right now.
Chiefs. All right.
The Chiefs. How about them Chiefs?
I'll never forget that moment.
Oh, God.
We got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans, which we went the Seahawks across the board.
Mike McDonald said something about this game, and actually, I forgot what he said.
Okay. Thanks.
I had to reference that.
Did you all plan that? Why were you in
Elite
sync
ball
with that?
knowledge.
All right. We have the Minnesota Vikings taking on divisional rival, the Green Bay Packers, in which we went the Packers across the board. Heading into a rather, well, what should be a gimme AFC matchup, we got the New York Jets led by Tyrod Taylor taking on the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens, in which we went the Ravens across the board. Heading into the NFC now, we've got the Jackson Dart-led Giants taking on the Detroit Lions coming off a horrific loss, in which we went the Lions across the board. All right, now we're shaking up a little bit, Nick. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the hot Chicago Bears, which me and Dom went the Chicago Bears. Nick, you went in the Steelers. Why?
I still own you.
Wow, you think Rodgers will never let go of him kicking the Bears' ass?
Aaron Rodgers owns the Chicago Bears, and
And
that will not end in Aaron Rodgers' final
You very
year.
well may be right. We will see. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Are their backs against the walls? We will find out.
Not really. They still in the division lead.
All right. Well, in the AFC, we got the New England Patriots with a cakewalk matchup against the Bengals without Jamar Chase, in which we went the Patriots across the board. Now, as we heard earlier in the episode, the shitter bowl of the week, who will end up with the first overall pick in 2026, we will find out in this matchup between the Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders, in which me and Dom went the Cleveland Browns. But Nick, again, selecting division rivals. Are you sick still? Are you still feeling this travel fever?
What I hope happens is the Raiders win this game so they do not end up with the number 1 overall pick.
I think
But
even
why
with
would
the
you?
no-
Because the Browns quarterbacks are all historically awful. Dylan Gabriel is horrendous. Shador apparently doesn't know how to play football at all.
I think even with the first overall pick, that team taints it.
They're both
Oh,
helpless.
100%.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
I still don't want it.
All right, well, here you are. Taking it on to the Jags versus the Arizona Cardinals. Again, Nick, God, me and
I'm
Dom
trying
went,
to catch up to you in the pick'ems.
me
is
and
what I'm
Dom
doing.
went Jags. You didn't even see my picks, though, when you sent yours. That's the crazy part.
I know you.
You know, that's true.
We're the same person.
You do know me extremely well, actually. It's kind of scary. But me and Dom went the Jags, and T-Law leading the pack. Well, Nick, you went Jacoby
the
Brissett and the
Cardinals.
I'm not really sure what you're thinking.
NFL record holder.
He's about to break his own record again.
What was in the food you ate in Norway?
Something. I
mean,
don't know
come
what it
on,
was.
what's going on here?
Sutton?
Something that
Cortland
I could
Sutton.
be
lets me go
talking-
back to back.
I could be talking
Winning
out
the
of my
pick'ems.
ass, but something tells me that me and you could be ahead of the game with this week.
Oh,
Here
if I
goes
take
the-
second place back,
Time will tell.
Time
will
will tell.
tell.
Taking it to the NFC, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys, in which we went the Eagles across the board. What, Nick, again, bro. We've got the Atlanta Falcons in an NFC South matchup taking on the New Orleans Saints. I mean, I'm not even sure if I can really recognize them this year. And me and Dom went the Falcons. You went with the Saints. Again, elaborate, please.
No Drake London, and they have Kirk Cousins starting at quarterback.
they're playing the
But
Saints.
what do the Saints have?
Doesn't matter. The Falcons
There
are
you go.
starting
They're
Kirk
gonna
Cousins with no
self-implode.
wide receivers to
I hope
catch the
Kirk
ball.
Cousins throws for 400 yards. And
I
two
hope he
touchdowns.
does too. He ain't gonna. though.
Are you
Wants
rooting
me
for
to
me and Dom doing the pickups? I'm confused.
He ain't gonna.
All right. Moving on to another huge implication NFC matchup. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Los Angeles Rams, two teams that must earn and be given respect no matter win or loss. Me and Dom went the Los Angeles Rams with MVP candidate Matthew Stafford. Nick, you went Tampa Bay. Can you please give us why?
MVP candidate Baker Mayfield is going to get it done. He's
MVP
gonna win
candidate
me
Matthew Stafford
$5 this week, right, Gabe?
You want this to be the Bear versus Big Wop Week 12 bet of the week.
I do.
It's in. $5. I've got the Rams. You've got the Bucks. It's locked in.
I am 7-4 this year.
You
I
lost
feel
this
confident.
past week.
I did, but I won like 7 straight.
Guess
so
what? Guess what?
What?
My back's against the wall.
Yeah,
I'm
it
coming
is.
for my money.
Time will tell.
I saw that little wink there. I saw that. I don't think I didn't catch that, Nick. I know you. I'm like, you know me,
You
bro.
saw that flicker in my eye.
I did see the flicker in your eye. All right. And to finish off the week, I really wish we could swap these last 2 games. But to finish off the week on Monday Night Football, we've got the Carolina Panthers taking on the 49ers. Maybe this will be a good game with Bryce Young and Brock Purdy. Both coming off big games, actually. Yeah. You got to give them both credit. But we went the 49ers across the board. Boys, this is going to be a fun week 12. Broncos are on a bye week, but we still got Dom Seattle Seahawks to keep us entertained this week. We're rooting for the Hawks. We're rooting for all AFC teams to get losses.
I will be watching an entire Seattle Seahawks game from start to finish.
Yeah. I get my boys to actually watch the game with me.
Me and you can enjoy ourselves and
I don't
watch
have to
him
stress.
watch
I
the
can.
game.
Yeah.
This will be a little different.
I'll be watching him
And you
pull
won't
his
be
hair
alone.
out.
And
I
you
won't be alone for once. I won't have the door shut, locked in a room, screaming to myself.
No, we're going to do this in the living room on the big TV, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. I
So I
cannot
can
wait.
scream there.
Sundays are a must-need in life. And boys, that is all we have for the return of Big Whop in episode 55. But as usual, I will close you out. If you ever want to collab or reach us at GabeDowdPodcast@gmail.com. And as usual, follow on all socials so you never miss any content, updates, uploads, and exciting things going on in the Turf Talk community. And without further ado, join the huddle and join the talk with the Turf Talk Podcast.